Nice.
What'd you do?
I was so pumped. I was like, Dan, thank you.
It's pretty sexy.
You got a backplate for it
Perfect.
too, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That'll look nice because you have a case that you can see inside.
Oh no.
Giddy.
What happened, Corey?
We were streaming the whole time.
No, the video's not coming up again. Oh, there it is.
Whew. Speaking of streaming, I'm gonna set up 2 nights a week where I stream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have to. I want to. I've been wanting to do it. Now that it's not freezing.
I want to, too.
Now that it's not freezing down here, I have no
too.
excuse.
Maybe when I move and I'm
Better
an actual
internet.
manager and have better internet and a more set schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
because I
your
want
schedule
to. I
bounces
want
a
to set
lot.
up
Terrible.
a routine
Yeah.
and stream.
All right, we're ready to go whenever you guys are ready.
I think I'm gonna start with Star Wars games too.
Cool.
With Star Wars being popular as it is now.
Yeah. It's only going to get more and more popular, too.
Oh,
And
we
those are games I wanted to play through while before the Star Wars stuff comes out. in
we
the
got to
fall.
plan out our watch through of the
Yes.
Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
So we'll
Oh,
start
yeah.
in July, right? July,
Yeah, probably.
August, September, October, November, December.
We're watching one a month.
Yeah, right. I figured that's
a good
probably
idea.
the easiest way to do it.
That's a good idea.
Corey, you gonna try and get in on this action?
Probably not, but have you guys listened to the Star Wars Minute podcast?
No.
Every episode is like 15 minutes to a half an hour of them dissecting a single minute of Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Greg
That's
Wyshynski
cool.
talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I heard about it.
It's kind
Was
of
it good?
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They get better as they go on.
Did you listen to the one that he was on?
I haven't,
He's a big Star Wars fan.
apparently. He says he is.
Gimli, shut your face.
Yeah.
Get no peace in this house. None.
I got too much peace.
You want to trade? No. Me or Dan?
No, I'm good. I'll take it.
All right, are we ready? Are we streaming?
We're streaming, bro.
Streaming.
Cool. All right. Well, here we go.
Let me get this chart out of your way, Dan.
Was there a tweet that went out? What the fuck? It doesn't tweet anymore.
Do you have? Oh no, I think it's. Everything got disconnected, Corey. I think when we.
Jesus,
our
Mary and
password.
Joseph.
Disappointed that there hasn't been an announcement.
Hmm?
Checking the Hero subreddit, so disappointed with no announcement again.
I check it just about daily myself, actually.
That's another one I haven't been on is Reddit
Do
in a
this
while.
manually.
Reddit is a.
Oh,
There's portions of it that I love and portions of it I hate.
oh, it just went out 6 seconds ago.
Perfect. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to episode 197 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will.
Corey.
Today's topic is on the newly released Mario Kart 8 DLC. It's the DLC Pack 2, I guess you could say, themed with Animal Crossing from the 3DS and DS. I think there's an Animal Crossing game. So that's going to be our main segment. We're also going to be talking about the new 200cc mode in Mario Kart 8, as well as Nintendo's efforts on DLC as a whole, kind of so far. Today's date is April 29th, 2015. Teasers. Anyone have anything you want to tease for later in the episode?
Yes. I got it. I honestly don't even know. Here's the thing. The things that I got into were an alpha and a beta. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about them or not because I never read the things. But I
the
really only
NDAs?
have good things to say.
Smite.
The Smite Alpha on Xbox.
You could probably talk about that because that's
It's out on
on
PC.
Twitch. Yeah, I mean that's out like on in other places.
Okay. And then Rocket League, which is in beta on PS4.
And that was already out. I think that came out for PS3.
It was a
Initially.
different game, though.
Oh, was
I
it?
think it was Battle Cars or something.
Okay.
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
I just heard about this game, and somebody offered me a beta code, and I was like, of course I want one.
Yeah.
So I took it.
Okay. We'll talk about it. Who
Okay.
cares?
And more Bloodborne, more Heroes of the Storm, and a little more Hearthstone.
Nice. Corey, tease.
Nothing new, but I'm going to announce why I will be retiring from Heroes of the Storm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. Will,
Oh, my heart just broke.
retiring for good, or you're like come out, play occasionally type of
I'll hang him up, Claude
What?
Lemieux style.
What?
Huh?
What's the matter with you?
No, I'll still play. I'll talk about it.
What the fuck, Corey?
Corey, the game's coming out soon. You're gonna bail on it?
Yeah. I stopped having fun as of today.
thing? Okay.
Oh, so you just had a bad experience. Okay.
Did you?
I'll talk about it later.
The article that I tweeted?
No, what was the headline?
Hang on a second. I wanted to talk about it later, and we will later. Losing in MOBAs should be more fun.
No, that's not why.
He just talks about how losing in like Mario Kart, for instance, he brings up is still fun.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you still have fun while you're playing.
Right.
Gotcha.
He talks about that.
That's a good point. But that's not why I'm retiring.
Okay. Well, I'm pissed either way.
Yeah.
What about you, Will? Anything to tease?
I haven't had
Game-wise?
time to really play anything other than a couple rounds of Heroes here and there, and
Okay.
a little more story. Well, I got a new 3DS.
Oh, you got the new one.
Yeah, I forgot. I should mention that. So I played Story of Seasons on it a little bit, not a lot, but I'll talk about it in a little bit.
Yeah, I spent a ton of time playing Mario Kart. That's mostly what I did throughout the weekend and into this week. So I played a little bit of Pillars of Eternity. I don't even have anything to talk about really with that because I spent a ton of time playing Mario Kart. So well, let's get into the meat of the segment. So yeah, this is the DLC Pack 2 for Nintendo's Mario Kart 8. It was Animal Crossing themed, which was cool. But it also released in tandem with the new faster 200cc mode. So we'll talk about that later. We'll get right into the what am I going for?
Meat and potatoes.
I haven't had a lot of sleep, so my brain is like operating at maybe 33% capacity. The meat and potatoes characters, the new characters released. There's the villager from Animal Crossing, the male and female. Isabelle, who's a character from those games. I'm not familiar with Isabelle.
I've briefly played Animal Crossing. I need to play more of it, but yes, she is a character. I don't know exactly what she does.
She looked like a dog. Is
Yeah.
that accurate?
Yeah, I saw a lot of that playing online. That's
Oh,
Looks
really?
like a Who from Whoville.
Little
bit.
hotties.
a little bit. And then Dry Bowser was another character that came out. The vehicles, Streetle. Don't know what that was.
Yeah, no idea.
I didn't even look at any of these.
I did. They're all pretty sweet looking.
Are they pretty sweet?
Yeah.
City Tripper? Is that the moped looking thing?
I don't know. I briefly skimmed over the new vehicles before I came over, but I didn't like take note of anything. I
Okay.
just remember thinking they all look pretty sweet.
P-Wing and then Bone Rattler. I didn't even look at any of these because I have a cart and
Same.
wheels that I have picked out that I've used forever, so I didn't even.
I actually did
Didn't even look
change
at those.
mine with the last DLC pack, and I
Oh, did you?
put new tires on my ride.
Nice.
So
Yeah, we'll get into that momentarily. New vehicle parts, paper glider and leaf tires. And obviously the best part of this DLC is the 8 new tracks. So there's the Crossing Cup tracks, which are Baby Park, Cheeseland, Wildwoods, and Animal Crossing, and then Bell Cup tracks, which are Neo Bowser City, Ribbon Road, Super Bell Subway, and Big Blue. So the first one we'll talk about, Baby Park and Crossing Cup. It's a remake of Mario Kart Double Dash track. It's really short and open, pill-shaped track with 7 laps. There's a lot of lapping of the slower racers in that, so it's
Yeah.
hard to tell who you're racing against, which is kind of cool. There's also shells flying everywhere, and
I noticed there's
kinda
a
neat.
shit ton of item boxes.
There's a lot of item boxes and a lot of coins, so you
Yeah.
can stock back up on coins pretty quickly
What
too.
do coins do?
They
Get you to max speed.
they
right?
get you to max speed. Like the more coins you have, the
I
faster
didn't
you
know
go.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
so-
was wondering today, actually. I was like, what
the-
the fuck do coins do?
and then collecting coins, it unlocks
Noob.
stuff for you too.
I am kind of a noob when it comes to Mario Kart.
Yeah, they also unlock things.
Okay.
So as you I think like
Oh, yeah,
10,000 is the maximum, and
Sure.
you get like a gold cart or something. So yeah, that's Baby Park. Eric, what were your thoughts on Baby Park?
I don't love Baby Park.
Yeah.
That was one of my least favorite of the DLC.
Okay.
I don't know. It's okay. I like that it's short because it's short, and I like
Yeah.
that. I like a good quick race. That's one of the great things about Mario Kart is if you're going somewhere or you got a few free minutes, you can just pick it up and play it. And
Yep.
this map definitely lends to that very well. I think it would be a blast multiplayer.
Yeah, it's more of a fighting map than it is
It
a
is.
racing map because it's just you just go around in
It's
a
just
loop.
a circle.
Yeah,
It's like a straight up just
NASCAR track.
what everybody thinks a NASCAR track is.
Yep.
Not people that actually watch NASCAR, and there's probably a little more shape to it than just an oval.
Right.
But yeah, it's what everybody thinks a NASCAR track is. And it's 7 laps. I don't know if you said that.
Yep.
Yeah, to extend it a little bit. But yeah, the only thing I really thought about this map was that it could be awesome for multiplayer, kind of boring solo.
Yeah, I think I played one race maybe online that used that, and it was a shit show of shells and bananas, and because the AI is never really very good with that stuff, but.
People flying everywhere.
Yeah, you play with people online, and it's a disaster.
Power
a fun
slides
disaster.
everywhere.
Yeah. It's a fun disaster.
I could see that.
Is the whole track on anti-grav too, or half of it anti-grav, or is any of it anti?
I don't think any of it is.
I thought the whole thing was anti-grav.
Maybe. That might be why I didn't notice it.
Maybe. Okay, that's something I'll have to think about. I should have taken note of that, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So that's the first one. The next one is Cheeseland. Cheeseland is a really windy track with sharp turns and Swiss cheese dimple potholes. you can do little jumps off of. The sharp turns really require early setup of your power slides, sometimes requiring the player to start power sliding immediately after finishing a sharp corner or a jump. What do you think of Cheeseland, Eric?
Probably my least favorite of the DLC pack. I didn't get it. I don't understand. Maybe it's from a game I didn't play. But I just don't understand the racing on a piece of cheese and being surrounded by cheese.
It was a remake of, I think, Mario Kart Game Boy Advance track. It was one of the remade ones.
It's just like they thought we'll just make a track about cheese.
On cheese, yeah. I don't know.
I don't get it. It doesn't strike a chord with me.
Right.
It's not colorful.
Yeah.
I didn't find it fun.
It's yellow.
Yeah, it's just Swiss cheese colored. I don't know. I really didn't like that track.
It was probably the hardest one, I think, of all the new ones.
I had a different one that I marked my hardest.
Okay, yeah, I would probably mark Cheeseland, especially mirror mode. I felt like it was pretty difficult. It took me a while to get the hang of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't hate that one. I didn't love it either. Definitely not my favorite.
Let's put it out there. All of Mario Kart tracks are pretty fun.
Yeah.
So when I say it's the worst one, I still like it.
It's still high praise.
Yeah.
It's just the worst of a really good batch of tracks.
Sure.
Yeah. I gotcha. Next on the list, Wild Woods. Wild Woods, another windy one. A lot of anti-grav in this one. It's reminiscent. It reminded me of Dragon Driftway from the first DLC pack a lot. Not so much in the setting, but in the shape of it and the windiness of it.
Yeah.
It's like set in a wooded area, and there's a stream that you drive on, a little pond you go over. This
is probably my second favorite one.
Okay.
I felt like it kind of reminded me of the Ori and the Blind Forest setting a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's got like a lot of blue and green color palette to it.
Yeah.
I felt like it was like racing through a cool RPG setting or something.
Yeah. I could see that.
I put in there too. It's got a mix of forest, water slides, tree houses, wooden bridges. So it's got a lot of different parts to it.
This is a nice looking track. I'm watching a video of it right now.
It's a beautiful track. It's just one of those kind of tracks. It's super pleasing to the eye.
Yeah.
And so fun to race in that setting. But yeah, it's probably one of my favorite Mario Kart tracks that I've ever played in any of them.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I also really enjoyed it. I should say too, I really enjoyed all of these. I had a couple that I was lukewarm on. Mm-hmm. Nothing that I really didn't dislike.
Yeah.
So Wild Woods was good. The Animal Crossing track, the next one, it's a fairly open and easy to maneuver track. The cool thing about this one is each time you race on the track, it changes to one of the 4 seasons, changing the feel and some of the obstacles on the track. So, in the fall, it's fall setting, fall colors, piles of leaves everywhere. In the winter time, it's, there's snow falling and there's snowmen like in the track. It doesn't like change the shape of the track, but it changes some of the obstacles. I think summer is the one that has jumps instead of the snowmen and leaves.
It has a couple jumps, and I think apples are growing on the trees.
Okay.
And towards the end, I don't know if it was only the 3rd lap, there's like an apple on the ground. If you hit it, it's a turbo boost.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was always avoiding it.
Yeah, I know. I hit it on accident, and I was like, "Oh fuck, sweet."
Nice.
Actually, I only played fall and summer on this.
Okay.
I really liked the fall because just the whole feel of it. It's a lot different than the summer. Summer's just I felt like just a basic,
normal, yeah.
just a basic Mario Kart track.
Yeah.
But the fall, the way like the backdrop is like a nice sunset, and it just blends very well. And like when you're coming around not the last corner, probably one of towards the end of the lap, it changes to a beach setting, and it just looks so nice when you're coming around there in the fall.
The winter one is actually at night too, which is kind of cool. So you have you have your lights on and everything's lit up like Christmas lights and stuff.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
The little touches too, like, and I started to notice this more as I was taking notes on the tracks. But the ending signs that are at the finish line for all the different tracks, the Animal Crossing one is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's just those little touches.
Yep.
And the Animal Crossing characters that they have sprinkled around the map, and it's just so fun to play those.
It was a very good track.
What's the spring track like?
I only raced on that one once, I think, and it was like morning.
Okay.
And then the trees were pink because they were blossomed.
Right.
Like in Japan,
the cherry blossoms.
Cherry blossoms, yeah. It looked like that. But yeah, I mean, it was not that different from summer.
Okay.
Except like summer's like kind of like midday.
Yeah.
The spring one more felt like morning.
Okay.
It was cool.
That's awesome. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah, it's great. So there's that one, and then on to the Bell Cup, starting with Neo Bowser City. Neo Bowser City has like a sci-fi feel to it. It reminded me of the F-Zero track from the last DLC a little bit. It's a remake of, I think, Game Boy Advance one, or is it the Mario Kart 7?
Oh man, I don't remember. I've played it before.
I think it was the Game Boy Advance or DS one.
I think it was either the DS or 7.
Yeah. It was one of the handheld ones. Anyway.
I did play it. I just don't remember what.
And that's a pretty windy one too. The feel and turns of it reminded me of Yoshi's Circuit from the first DLC pack. But the cool thing about this one is that it's in like a rainstorm.
Yeah.
Which felt really weird. Like I didn't feel like I was playing Mario Kart when I first started it. Felt like I was playing like what's that movie with Harrison Ford, the science fiction movie?
Blade Runner?
Blade Runner, yeah. It felt like Blade Runner.
Jones.
It felt like Blade Runner a little bit. Like
Crystal
that
Skull.
That sort of world. And that was really neat.
Yeah, I said it seemed like Bowser's own futuristic Las Vegas kind of.
Yeah.
Neon lights all over the place.
Yeah.
I did like the rain. I said in here it was kind of a nice change of pace from the usual happy
sunny
colors and all of that shit that's in Mario Kart. And I thought the rain also added something visually to like the track. It makes it harder to power slide. I wasn't just making that up in my head, was I?
I don't know.
I think it does.
It could, yeah.
It might all be in my head.
I mean,
I don't know.
It could be like in between like a normal road and like the ice on the ice tracks.
Yeah, something like that. But I thought it added like a good slick look to the track itself. This one I thought was especially tough on 200cc.
Oh, okay. I didn't try any of these on 200cc. I only did the early tracks.
I did the Bell Cup and 200cc. This track was a bitch.
I bet.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
There are a lot of tight turns.
There's one hairpin towards the end that if you're not careful, you fly off the back of it.
And I did every single time.
I did on 150cc in mirror mode.
Yeah.
Just about every time until I finally got the hang of the setup for that turn.
Yeah,
it took
that
a
was
while.
a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But it is a really cool track.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. And it, like I said, it's a nice change of pace from the other ones.
Yeah. Next on the list, Rainbow Road.
Ribbon Road.
Wow. Rainbow Road, man. I told you I have not slept much lately. Ribbon Road. I can't, and it's not even handwritten. It's typed, and like if it was handwritten, it'd be excusable. But I put arguably the best setting of any Mario Kart track. It takes place in a children's bedroom or playroom on a toy racetrack. And then on the racetrack, toys are obstacles and bridges and stuff for the track, and it's like a room filled with toys.
It's my favorite Mario Kart track ever.
I could see that.
It's so good.
It is very good, and like really, the track itself is cool, but what makes that track is the surroundings.
And I wrote that
so well done.
exact thing in here. I said not only is the track itself fun to look at, but the bedroom and other things like the board games and stuffed animals and the other toys that are littered around the room, and like the way that the camera lets you see everything, especially like when the track starts, the camera kind of pans around and goes down into the track so you can see that like a child put this track together and now you're going to race on it. And that's just such a cool thing.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. And it's very colorful. The road ripples, so there's jumps all over the place you can get turbo boosts off of. It could be difficult, I feel like, multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because of those ripples and like people would be jumping all over the damn place.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just
there's little Bowser wind-up toys that are walking like across the track, and
towards the end,
like
before I think it's before the last turn, you do a big jump where your parachute will come out, and you go in between these two big like what are those things?
It's like a Jack in the Box type of thing, and it's like waving in the air.
But it's very
it's a Mario Kart one.
Yeah, it's so cool.
You know what those things are? It's what like Bowser rides in some of the Mario games.
That's
it's like a flying helicopter with a propeller on the bottom.
Yep. But it's in a Jack in the Box, and you have to fly through them with your parachute. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that track is amazing.
Yep.
Somebody really knocked it out of the park on that one.
Yep. Give that person a raise, whoever designed that track.
Yeah, or let them design all of the tracks.
Yep. Next on the list is Super Bell Subway. Now I put for this one. This one was my least favorite of the bunch.
Really?
It was a fairly straightforward track with trains running in both directions. You kind of like start in like the terminal of the subway, and then you go down into the tunnels where the trains are and stuff. I think there's trains running in both directions, like around the track.
I actually said this was the most difficult one.
Okay, I could see that
because of the trains, and there's so many different routes you can take.
Yeah, because there's paths that veer off to the side and like go up over the tracks, and so yeah, you do have a lot of different routes you can go.
I like this track. It's a kind of boring, I guess. There's not too much to it, but it is cool, like that you're racing through a working subway.
Yeah.
And you do have to dodge the trains, so mixed in with all the different routes that you can take and all the people that are around. I said this one could probably be a real bitch online, and it's long enough and open enough.
Played online, but
I feel like if you fell behind online, you're screwed.
Yeah,
because it's just too long and open, and just shit going on all over the place.
Yeah.
I did like that it's got all the subway setting things like posters along the walls, and there's like vending machines upstairs and people jumping around with their fists around like any normal subway.
Right.
But yeah, no, I could see why it would be your least favorite. It's not great.
Yeah.
You like the cheese one better though?
I don't know. I think it was because of I do like the turns.
The turns, yeah.
In that
the windiness.
Yeah. I think that's why.
Yeah.
There wasn't a ton of that in the
subway.
The subway.
There's not. No. You're right. Most of the turns are like they're not very sharp.
They're big soft turns.
Big swoopy turns. Yeah.
But like you said, what makes that difficult is the trains going both ways. Like if both of the trains are going by at the same time, like you got to either go on the side in between the trains or on the other side. There's not a lot of room.
Slide up.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room.
And then if you want to go like to the top levels, the track is very narrow.
Yep.
So I imagine online, like everybody probably does that, and it's a pain in the balls.
Yep. If you fall off, you're probably gonna get hit by the train.
Yeah.
So and then the last track on the Bell Cup is called Big Blue. It's a one-way track similar to Mount Wario, which is neat. It also has an F-Zero feel to it. I don't know if it's from F-Zero or not, but it felt like the F-Zero level, and also the Mario Kart or Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 8.
It is
like a little bit.
It is an F-Zero.
Okay.
They also said the music is from the Smash Brothers Melee.
I was wondering because the music is awesome on that map.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it fits it very well.
This makes me wonder. Like, I wonder if they're putting in all the F-Zero stuff into Mario Kart, or if they're doing an F-Zero and just teasing with all these F-Zero tracks.
I'd like to see a new F-Zero game.
I'd get new F-Zero.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. This is probably my third favorite.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this track. I like, you know how Mount Wario doesn't loop around?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a continuous track. That's how this one's set up, and I really like that a lot. I wish that more of the tracks were like that. let's see. Yeah, F-Zero theme, great music. This one also has a lot of different routes, so like
Yep.
different levels to it, which is always fun.
One thing I liked about this one too was the conveyor belts that go in opposite directions.
Yep.
Like you have to pick the right one, and then towards the end, there's like almost like a tunnel, but it's lane like a highway with lanes that close off.
Yep.
So it forces you to drive across a slower conveyor belt,
Yep.
even if you don't want to. Like you gotta, there's a lot of strategy and planning like towards the end of
They
that
broke it up
track.
into the 3 different
Laps.
sections. Yeah, laps kind of, but each
better.
lap has a different
feel
to it. Like the first one is all conveyor belts, but straightforward conveyor belts. Like the one on the left is fast, one on
Yeah.
the right is slow. And then the second section doesn't have conveyor belts. It's like a water slide.
Water slide, yeah.
And along the walls at certain points is like the F-Zero turbo boost, which is fun to go over.
Yep.
And then the last section has what you were talking about, Dan, where it's like a highway, kind of like a tunnel with the
Yeah.
conveyor belts, but they're on different levels and rotating and shit.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, just kind of straight shot. But yeah, I thought that map was great.
Yep.
The finish line board in that one is my favorite.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love that. So yeah, those are the tracks. I mean, I absolutely love the tracks. I think they're fantastic. They all fit in with the Mario Kart, theme, I guess, and are different enough, like to feel like a completely new thing. And for the price, you really can't beat 16 tracks for $12 on top of the other racers and stuff that you get. So
No,
great
I'm
value.
super happy that I bought the DLC pack.
Yeah.
Honestly, I never buy DLC, and
haven't
this
either.
one was so worth the money. And the
Yep.
tracks are so good, and there's a ton of tracks now, a ton of characters, and just so much customization with your vehicles, and it actually matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess now there's 48 tracks in Mario Kart 8 with all the DLC ones.
That's
So
awesome.
that's a lot.
48.
48 tracks, yeah.
I don't know if it was Kotaku, but somebody, maybe IGN, ordered the tracks from their favorite to the least favorite.
It was
I have
Kotaku.
it. I actually brought the list because
It
I
was-
wanted to see what you guys thought.
it was-
Well,
Kotaku.
I'll tell you, the last place one pissed me off a little bit.
Hang on, you want to talk about it now? I'll pull it up.
I'm with you on that, Corey. It pissed me off too.
Let's see.
It's the only one I saw, but it set me off. I'm like,
God damn it,
So
I'm not reading
F
this.
this
the
list.
last place one was Excite Bike
Yeah.
yeah.
Arena.
I mean, I don't love that one, but I don't think it should be last.
No. Oh my god, that's
I really like that one.
a great one. Well, let's start at their top 5. Is it Toad's Turnpike is number 1.
See, I didn't like this Toad's Turnpike as much as I did on Nintendo 64.
That's the one I think I'm best at, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just a pretty simple design. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mount Wario is 2. That's a great one.
That is a great one. That deserves. I think someone did a pretty lengthy poll on that, and that one won by far
Yeah.
of the best Mario Kart tracks.
It's a great one.
It was like double or maybe triple the second place one.
He's got Baby Park at 3.
Uh,
I don't see that.
yeah, it's a fun one for, like you said, it would probably be fun multiplayer.
Online, yeah.
It's a fighting track. I'm more about the racing. So.
Yeah, same. Bowser's Castle at 4.
Okay.
Dragon Driftway.
Dragon Driftway is really good.
That is a good one. Big Blue at 6.
Uh-huh.
Piranha Plant Slide at 7.
I hate that one actually.
I don't remember that one.
That's the one where you go into the big pipe and on like a water slide, and then
Yeah.
towards the end, like you shoot way up,
Yeah,
and then on the outdoors there's like a really windy thing, and then you go back into the tunnel.
I think I like that
There's
one.
like a big piranha plant towards the end, kind of.
Yeah, I do like that one.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if it's because I'm bad at that one, but I don't care for that one.
Rainbow Road Wii U version at 8.
Yeah. That's okay.
TikTok Clock at 9.
TikTok Clock is cool.
And we'll just finish at the 10. Hyrule Circuit.
I liked Hyrule Circuit.
Where's the Wario one?
Which one?
2.
Mount Wario?
Mount Wario.
2.
2.
Was it 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I zoned out.
That's fair. That's a good one.
That's my
Ribbon
favorite.
Road. Underappreciated at 14.
Yeah, definitely. I would put that in my top 5, no
Oh my
doubt.
God.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about 200cc, Eric.
I only did 4 races in 200cc, but man, is that a bastard.
Yeah.
Like, because you have to use your brakes.
Yeah.
And I have never used my brakes in a Mario Kart game. I didn't
it's-
even know there were brakes.
I didn't either. It's weird. it throws off your muscle memory. for
Yeah,
Mario Kart.
you have to
big time.
relearn how to play Mario Kart.
Yep.
Is what you have to do. And I tried it on tracks that I've never played before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
so it was a bastard. I came in 5th, like, overall in the whole circuit.
Okay.
That was a bitch.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
Like, I still had a good time playing it. I don't know. I got to try some more tracks. It'd be fun if we did 200cc.
Yes, it would.
That'd be good times.
Yeah, I started working on. I started from the beginning. I 3-starred. I should say for these tracks, the new DLC tracks. I 3-starred all of them on both 150cc and mirror mode.
wow.
So I started working on 200cc, and I 3-starred Mushroom Cup and Flower Cup on 200cc.
Dear God, Dan.
It is a bastard.
That's
There's
impressive.
some-
Will, let me tell you something. That is
3-star?
impressive because it's fucking hard.
Oh, I
There's-
watched a video of a guy doing it on Ribbon Road, and he fell off every couple of seconds.
Oh, yeah.
There's some. I can't. Some of the later track, like I can't imagine doing like Rainbow Road at 200cc. It's gonna be a nightmare. But I put it's insanely fast. Like if there's a banana peel in your way and you don't see it a mile away, you're gonna hit it because you just can't get out of the
Or
way
you're
fast
going to go
enough.
off the track trying
Or
to
you're-
miss it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. You have to set up your power slide super early, and there's even some spots where I had to take my hand off the gas button,
Yeah.
and then I started
Come
figuring
to a
out.
complete stop.
I figured out that there is parts that where you have to tap the brakes. Like you
Oh,
just have
I
to.
do it constantly.
Wow.
I put despite the speed, it feels pretty fair as far as the AI competition goes, because as often as you run into a wall, you see them run into walls and fly off the
okay.
track. So
Considering how poorly I did, and I still came in 5th, I'd say it's pretty fair.
yeah,
Because I felt like I should come in like almost last.
yeah, because I think like 150cc and mirror mode, like the AI seemed like they never made a mistake and they were always on target with shells and stuff. And this one, you see them making mistakes, hitting walls, flying off the track.
Everyone's making mistakes.
Yeah, because it is so fast. But I put if you run a clean race, you're usually fairly far ahead. Like if you don't hit any walls or fly off the track, you're usually far enough ahead that if you like take a leader shell towards the end of a round, you're still far enough ahead that you can still win, which is
Okay.
nice. So despite being really fast and really hard, it doesn't feel unfair, which is nice. Because I think even at 150cc and some of the mirror mode stuff felt a little unfair. But yeah, 200cc, it's awesome. I love it.
It is. It's another great addition to the game.
And then when you go back and play the tracks on like 150, like online or whatever, I think is either 100 or 150cc, it feels really, really, really slow.
I bet.
Which is it's good, but it's almost disorienting, like how slow it is. So
It really is like almost like a different game.
yeah. It plays completely different. I guess the fire hopping thing doesn't work on 200cc because you're going so fast, like you can't control it. You just can't.
It almost puts you in like a wind tunnel
Yeah.
like feel.
Yeah.
And you can't control it all. And you're
Yep.
like, well, I'm gonna hit a wall or fly off the
Fly
track,
off.
one or the other.
Yep. But awesome. Will I get a beaten game if I 3-star all the tracks on 200cc?
I think it's worth
yeah,
it.
definitely.
Okay. That's going to be my goal by the end of the year is to have that done.
I think you should be. We have to talk about that for overall now, because if I go back to 3-star everything, do you have to do it on 200 to get a beaten game too?
I don't think so. Although, I mean, at this point, like for me, it would be pretty easy to do 3-star everything on 150cc.
Same, actually.
Yeah.
So mirror mode plus.
Yeah, mirror mode would be fair.
Okay.
If you haven't done it on mirror mode yet, that'd be fair because that is a step up.
Yeah.
It's really just I don't know that the speed is anymore, but it's just a little
Harder.
different because your memory of the tracks is different. You have to go a lot. So, so
Yeah, that's fair.
It'd be like in Bloodborne or Dark Souls if they just rearranged all
yeah,
the
made it
enemies,
backwards a little bit.
which they did in Dark Souls 2, the Scholar of the First Sin, I heard,
Really?
which is abusive.
Yeah, that is abusive.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Mario Kart, Corey?
Not for me. I was watching.
Huh?
What's up?
You didn't get to play any of them yet?
No, not yet. I was watching the video while you guys were chatting. I was watching the YouTube video, and the one that caught my eye the most was the trains one, the underground.
The subway?
Yeah.
It's weird because I thought of you, and I think it's just because I connect you with New York City.
Ah.
And I was like, I wonder what Corey would think of this one.
Yeah.
It's weird to say that.
Yeah.
Did you watch a video of Ribbon Road though?
I didn't see Ribbon Road.
Oh, it's
Look it
the
up.
best.
Look it up. Throw that one up there.
Unless
My
that's
God.
the one I'm looking at right now.
Is it in a children's bedroom?
There's toys everywhere. Wait,
Probably that one.
no, it's a roller coaster one.
Roller coaster. You drunk,
There's a
man?
roller coaster running around.
I guess I could watch the video. I usually pause it.
I'm looking forward to playing some Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Did you use any of the new characters, Dan?
No, I'm pretty set.
yeah.
We should talk about our build. I play Tanuki Suit Mario with the pipe frame cart and Crimson Slim wheels.
He's watching Baby Track or whatever. What's it called?
Oh yeah,
7-lap one.
Yeah.
I've
Baby
got it right
Park.
here.
Baby Park.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the really short one, Corey.
Oh, okay.
A lot of stuff flying around.
Yeah.
Where's the mini map?
I don't think you need one. It's just
There
a
is no
loop.
mini map.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you. Well, there should be. He might have just whoever's videotaping that might have just videotaping. Probably just had maybe turned it off because you can turn off the mini map, especially if you're playing on the with the Wiimote or the
Gamepad.
gamepad. Yeah, it probably just shows up on there. I always play with my Wii U Pro controller.
So do I.
It's a good controller. But anyway,
Do you want to talk about our builds?
yeah.
All right. Let's see. My build, I think, might actually be completely made up of DLC stuff. I use Link with a Tanuki cart, which I think was in his DLC.
Yes.
Okay, it's
Yep.
kind of like a Jeep.
Yeah.
The Leaf tires, which were in the Animal Crossing DLC, and the Hawaiian kite.
Okay.
So, which is Zelda.
Yep. I switch. I've always been Mario. That's just who I race as. But when Link did the Legend of Zelda DLC came out for Mario Kart 8, I switched over to Tanuki Suit Mario. Just change it up a little
Sure.
bit. Pipe frame cart, Crimson Slim wheels, and then one of the plane parachutes. I don't
Okay.
even know which one. It's just the one that makes it so your acceleration is faster, as opposed to I think weight is the other one that it boosts.
My build has decent speed, weight, and traction.
Yeah.
Its worst stat is handling.
I see. I went for high handling. That's the best thing for the pipe frame cart. It's good handling, a decent top speed, but mostly handling
Okay.
for flying around corners. I mean, that's
Sure.
because I was using the Mach 8, I think, for a while when I first started. But as I got higher up in the things, the turning was awful, and I just couldn't.
Couldn't do it.
Make the sharp turns
I mean, I usually like to have everything
balanced.
kind of balanced.
Yeah.
But this one definitely favors those three.
Yeah. So
But yeah, what a great game.
it is a great game. I
Great DLC.
Can't wait to play some more.
Nintendo does it right.
Yes, they do. Yeah, it's a as I said before, it's a great value. It's $12 for the both packs.
You can't beat that.
And I've put about 90 hours into Mario Kart at this point. So
You know what was good about the way they did DLC too? Is that you knew exactly what you were getting when you put down that $12
Yeah,
like 6 months ago or whatever.
You knew you were going to get 8 tracks and a bunch of characters and a bunch of carts. Like they laid it all out when first announced that there was going to be DLC for it. Absolutely.
And then they didn't change it,
Right.
which is also something I could see happening.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. 'Cause there's a little bit of a controversy. I don't know if someone tweeted about Nibblebits or tweeted it for Nibblebits, but with the Batman Arkham Knight
I don't think any of us tweeted
announcing their season pass, but not what's in it.
what's in it. And
Like-
I think it's $50.
Yeah. It's like I hope no one buys it, but there's going to be people that buy
Well,
it.
Dan, you know that someone's going to buy it solely based on the reason that they released it.
Yeah.
Because that clearly means people are buying season passes.
Yeah.
Corey, this
insane.
is Cheese Road or whatever the fuck it is.
Looks cheesy.
It's dumb.
Ah,
It's
Corey.
stupid course.
Cheeseland. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our Nibblebits and our weeks right after this. Will, don't worry about the time. I forgot to change the audio input, so.
Dang it, Dan.
I'll just pull it off of our
Dan, you ignorant slut.
Yeah, ignorant.
microphone.
Can I go last for nibble bits?
4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Oh, well, you're going to have you go first tonight.
Well, because I didn't tweet any and I just got some.
All right. Make sure none of us have them.
Exactly.
All right.
The Druid is my least favorite to play against in Hearthstone, Corey.
How'd you know that's who I was playing?
I don't really want to talk to Corey about any Blizzard games.
Kind of upset with him right now.
Guys, come on.
No.
My psyche is fragile.
Well, mine too.
I'm just a little disappointed is all, Corey.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock already.
Check. Check.
Peter, check.
Reason.
Peter,
That's
check.
better.
Peter Piper picked up back up.
That's annoying.
But
But I probably won't be able to upload. I probably won't be able to upload this episode till tomorrow night anyway, because we're close to our bandwidth cap. So
Roger.
it doesn't
Really?
matter. Yeah.
Wow. Even with a short episode last week?
Well, this will be our fifth episode. I mean, I probably could squeeze it in.
We had
I'll have to
almost
see.
2 hours last week, right?
Yeah, it was an hour 48, maybe.
That's short for us, so.
Yeah, it is. We're usually like 2.5 is our average, I'd say. Which is I like to get between 2 and 2.5
Sure.
hours. That's ideal.
I love a good long podcast.
I do too. The 4 and 5 hour Dan Carlins are my favorite histories.
do you guys even like Dan?
Carlin?
Martha.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh boy.
Corey, sad we didn't get to go to Broadway while you were home.
I know. I didn't do a lot of things I wanted to do. I never do. I always want to do all these things and then I just
It's
don't do anything.
yeah, it's hard. I spoke to somebody at Wegmans who I guess he sets up some shows in the area or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, he went to Jared's thing. I asked him how it was. He said it was good, but it was one of those things where I feel like he had to tell me it was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm related to Jared.
Uh-huh.
And he said that like there weren't many people there, which kind of sucked.
That does suck. I wanted to go. It's just I couldn't even sit up.
That's so late. I can't fucking stay up that late anymore.
I was just out in the sun all day and like day drinking. I got home at like 7:30 and I was just like I can't even pick my head up right now.
Yeah, packing it in for the night.
Yeah, I was like I'm done. And then I texted Jared on like Monday and I was like, "Hey man. Sorry." He said it's all cool, so I don't think he really cared, but
Word.
Word.
I'm looking at feedback right now.
I've got one nibble bit.
I got 3.
It's been a long week.
I was spamming our Twitter feed earlier.
Yeah, I looked today and realized I hadn't done any, so I was like, I gotta at least get one.
At work, Eric and I both talked about how we hadn't tweeted any yet
Yeah.
either.
I'm like, dang it. Because I always think, like, usually what I'll try and do is the end, like, tomorrow and Friday, I'll try and tweet 1 or 2 things. And that's usually what I plan on. And then when I get into next week, I know by the time the episode comes out, I only need to do, like, 1, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then I realized that I hadn't tweeted anything until
I've been-
today when I
I've
did 1.
I've been forgetting what I've been tweeting too. Just an old mess right now.
I'll say you are.
Hot mess.
I'm exhausted. All right, one more day.
Dan, let me know when you're ready to start and I'll go fill up my coffee cup.
Where's Ryan Holmes, Michigan?
Yes. Yes, Michigan.
Where's Travis?
I would keep wanting to say Ohio or North Carolina. I don't know why it's Ohio or North Carolina. It's one of those
Ohio
two.
seems to ring a bell.
Where are you at?
I'm not sure why
Go
those
to
two.
his Facebook page.
It's too
That's
easy.
that's stalking too.
Nah. It's 2015. That's normal.
No, it is it.
Corey's right. Unfortunately. Fucking Facebook. What a crack of shit.
I despise Facebook. And I'm getting there with Twitter now, too.
Yeah, Twitter has gone downhill
Yep.
fast.
Yep.
You're right, Dan.
Like I said, I'm thinking about getting rid of my social media and just concentrating on Thumbstick Athletes social media.
I only kind of use Reddit, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm getting old and sourer.
That's all right.
Salty.
Yep.
Remember when we used to take hour-long breaks?
Oh,
Just shoot the breeze.
Just drink beer.
Yeah.
None of us have time for that now. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
But-
I don't have the energy. It's bedtime.
We used to drink a lot during these episodes.
Yeah, we did. Back when we were real.
Man,
Yeah, we're not real anymore.
that one, I fell asleep in the studio after we finished and woke up at like 4 a.m.
For the
Freezing
St.
cold.
Patty's Day.
Was it St. Pat?
Man.
Remember that?
I remember that one. That was a different time. I think it was a 4 in February recap from a few years ago. Maybe the first year we did it.
Nice.
And I woke up, and like I said, at 4 o'clock in the morning and with my head down in the studio, and I was freezing cold because it was winter.
Tweedly-deedly-dee.
Yeah, because I went upstairs with you guys, and then I came back down here to finish the editing. And while the episode was compressing, I'm like, I drunkenly thought I'll just put my head down.
Nighty night, Dan.
And then I woke up at 4. The dog was down here to keep me company.
He wasn't gonna let you be alone.
No.
Valerie's Illinois. Is that right?
Yep.
I think I'm almost done. It wasn't much. Hasn't been much going on.
Maybe that's what we do for our 200th episode.
What?
Throwback.
Get
Shitty?
pissy drunk?
Will would love that.
Yeah, I get to drive. Well, actually, no. Only it
You'd
would
be driving me
It would
home.
just be Eric.
I just need to walk upstairs.
We've only got 3 weeks.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is episode 197.
Wow. Really depends for me what I have to work tomorrow. That's pathetic to think that. I used to just be like, whatever.
I wouldn't want to have to work where you work with a hangover. Good Lord, that would be awful.
I didn't used to get hangovers,
Right.
but now,
3 beers gives you a hangover.
forget it.
Ow, piss.
Yes.
What?
Nothing.
Was there a question of the week?
Yeah,
Yep.
bro.
We didn't get any answers for it.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
We got at least
Is it
2.
an email?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why I haven't looked there yet.
It's in the feedback folder.
I didn't go there yet, Will.
Jeez.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up about it.
I'm making a point to play a new game this week for next week. I hate coming in and being like, oh, I just played a little Pillars of Eternity.
Nothing to tease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a game already picked out. that
I was
I'm gonna
actually
play.
really excited that I had a lot to talk about for
Yeah.
what I played.
And the thing is I didn't even play that much Pillars of Eternity this week. I just didn't have time. I was playing Mario Kart for the most part.
Attaboy.
I love the new password for all of our stuff, by the way.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
that's right.
Stupid.
I gotta get back in the swing of things, playing new games again. I was doing good.
Yeah. Well, part of it is playoff hockey too. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, because all I do anymore is, like,
Killed it with his feedback.
That is pretty good.
That's rich. I don't think that is the question of the week answer. I think it's just great feedback about life. That's good.
No, that is the question of the week answer.
What was the question of the week?
What athlete is completely wrong for the cover of their sports game?
Oh, nailed it. Nailed it. That's too good. Oh. Now I've built it up and no one's going to laugh. Except me.
I'm gonna laugh again, don't worry. It's pretty funny.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Well,
Sorry.
I guess I'll fill up my coffee cup since
That's what I've been waiting for.
Fill it up now.
I like to wait for you to say, "All right, you guys ready?"
All right, you guys ready?
I see Jake went the same route with his.
He did too.
Will.
Yes.
Nothing. I'll tell you later.
What's it about?
It's podcast talk.
Oh.
Poodcast.
Poutine. I could use some poutine.
I wouldn't mind some poutine myself. Sounds good.
Will, so you took a liking to Emma, huh?
Yeah. Told you. She was attractive.
She is, but
I like the name Emma too. It's kind of cool.
like I said, she has no substance.
I figured.
She's just good to look at. And the thing is that I don't think she's that great to look at. She's very pretty. Her upper body is a bit 16-year-old boyish. You know? She
Not-
walks like
Not enough meat for a guy
like a muscular guy does. She kind of walks like this, and it's weird.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, it's
like
weird,
a
but she's really skinny.
Oh, she's got a bodybuilder gait,
It's weird.
but not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
She don't
care.
got enough meat for a guy like me.
Definitely not. No. She's not bringing meat to the table.
Of course, she's got meat. She's got more meat than a cow. It's a Futurama classic line.
Did Tampa Bay win yet?
Oh yeah, I forgot that game's even going on.
0-0.
Almost done, boys.
God, Eric.
Sorry, bro.
Well, I don't have a lot left to talk about, so
Neither do I.
I do.
I'm excited to hear about it.
But it won't be that long. Honestly. All right. Feedback is done. Job's done.
Ah, that brings back memories of the old Warcraft days.
Sure.
It's in Hearthstone too, but
I was gonna say, Dan, you can hear it all over again.
I know, but it reminds me of Warcraft.
There needs to be another Warcraft game.
I would love another Warcraft game, Warcraft 4.
Instead, they're just gonna milk the bejesus out of World of Warcraft.
Are you still playing World of Warcraft?
I never really started. I got to level 5. Like I said, I needed to do it when I have time.
You got bored, admit it.
Well, I got bored, but I got
Sucked.
to level 5.
What's that? Warcraft?
Well, World of Warcraft.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I just need time to do it. And with Heroes and Hearthstone.
It's Jay Wilburn. Jay Wilburn is my homeboy. Because he made an Eric chant. I would love for him to voice record that and send it to me.
He should. That'd be a great idea, actually.
That is a good idea.
On that tonight.
Just tell him, listen, Jay Wilburn. I'm not going to remember to talk about it. So
Try to.
all right, Dan, I'm ready to go. I'm just going to send this to you.
Sounds good.
Thank God.
Will.
Sorry.
You're so pissed.
I'm just antsy.
You working tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
What time?
Load. 11:38.
Shit.
Oh, it's probably a big one, too, because it's closer to the weekend.
Yeah, and there's no load on Wednesdays.
No, wait, they did one today.
There's no load on Wednesdays.
Tanner and Logan. What's his name?
Did
Logan.
they change the schedule?
They might have. They were doing one. They
Strange.
Logan still works in produce?
Yeah, you remember?
I remember Logan. Yeah, I liked Logan. I mean, I never really talked to him, but he was always just kind of there, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they weren't even close though. They when I left, they still had like 5 more skids.
Ugh. All right, Dan.
Will, do you get to drive the forklift?
No,
He's not
We
certified.
don't have any forklifts.
they're powered.
Shut
by-
it.
We don't.
All right, here we go.
It's kind of cramped out back.
Yeah, there's not a lot of space.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 197 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in our Nibble Bit segment. I'll get us started since I only have one Nibble Bit. And that is the mighty number 9 finally gets a release date, which will be September 15th in the US and September 18th everywhere else. The game will have both digital and physical copies, with the physical copies coming with DLC and extras, costing around $30, while the digital is going to be priced at $20. So that was actually supposed to come out. Was it this month?
I think it was this
yeah,
month.
it was this
I think
month.
it was like to be determined April release, but they pushed it back to September for polishing and whatnot. So mighty number 9, September 15th. So that's my no bit. Corey, what do you got?
I got quite a few here. We'll start off with one of the biggest news stories of this past week, ongoing story that developed. Valve, first of all, started its paid mods program on Steam and then canceled it as of a couple days ago due to outrage, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So this was all this past week. What they did was the program was to allow mod creators to charge for their content through the Steam Workshop. 25% of that fee they would charge would go to the actual mod creator, and 75% went to Valve and Bethesda, which right away is a red flag for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, it throws up a few red flags right there.
And they started with Skyrim, but immediately, everybody was all up in arms. There were licensing issues. There were squabbles over who created what, what part of a mod was created by somebody else and who was charging it for it, even though they shouldn't be because they didn't create it. And mostly people were just upset about losing the tradition of free mods in the mod community and all that stuff. So Gabe Newell showed up on Reddit, and people freaked out, and he actually got downvoted quite a bit.
Lambasted him, probably.
Which doesn't happen for Gabe Newell on Reddit that often.
No,
There was an article, I think it was on Kotaku, that said, "See, even Gabe Newell gets downvoted on Reddit."
Yeah.
exactly.
Not everyone. He's not immune.
And then a couple days or a day after that, he said just the amount of emails they received costed them millions of dollars.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Customer service, probably.
So that right there was enough for them to say, not worth it. And not only that, not only Steam, but Bethesda issued a few different statements just basically saying, we thought this is what people wanted, but it turns out we were wrong. But there's always that kind of snarky, condescending, based on the blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
You're all a bunch of idiots, and we did this for you, and you ruined it because you're a bunch of spoiled babies, was about the gist of the
Entitled
statements.
gamers.
Yeah.
That's what they like to
Which
call
is
us.
partially true. I'm not going to totally
I
disagree.
don't know. It was a pretty bad idea, though. Don't you think? We
Oh,
should
yeah.
probably talk about that because it's a big story.
Yeah, definitely. Just to finish up, though, they said they will issue refunds for anybody who paid for these mods.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you're saying, I like the idea of mods being a full community endeavor. And people argue, oh, well, nobody has time to develop mods, and the ones that do should get paid for it. But to me, it's like mods are a community thing, and if you can't afford to take the time to create one, then don't create one.
Yeah.
You haven't been getting paid for it.
Exactly.
You know that going in, so too fucking bad. Just don't do it.
And not just that, but a lot of times they use, like you said, source other people's work, like even mod tools that came with the game. They use all that to add something into the game. So like really, you're not necessarily even creating anything other than maybe a slightly different way to do something. For some of them.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, one of the things I saw that was a good idea, like have the option to donate even like Steam Wallet funds to the modders, rather than having full out paid mods, because ultimately it's not the modders' game that the mods are created for. That feels like a weird legal area to me. Copyright infringement and all that stuff. And like you said, there was already a controversy with someone using someone else's mod in their own mod and charging for it.
Yeah. Yep, there was that, and I don't really agree with the idea. People would argue about the donate button. Oh, well, only 2% of the people actually even give a mod an upvote. So what's the point of putting a donate button? That doesn't make any. That's not an argument to me. It's like people are going to donate if they want to donate. If they don't want to, then they don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the thing about the donating thing too, at least through Steam, is like some people have a lot of money locked up with stuff that items that they sold from like Dota, or they have a lot of like Steam money that they could donate to their favorite modder. Like that's money that they have to spend in the Steam store on games. A lot of them have a lot of games or all the games they want, so they have that extra funds that they could kick a mod, or a few bucks, a few shekels, if you will.
And if the idea was to reward the people that create the mods, then why take a 75% cut?
Don't 75%. If it was even 50-50, like the modder got 50% and Valve and Bethesda got the other 50%, I would be okay with that. Or 33.
Sure.
But
because you are using Bethesda's tools to create the mods. You're using their game to make money off of it. So it is kind of fair that they take a cut, and Steam is catalyzing the whole thing. So they should take a cut. But I don't know, to only give the mod creator 25% when you're basing this whole thing on it's for you guys. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I would never have spent a penny on a mod for a game, because not only that, but there's also no guarantee that it's going to not break your game.
Yeah,
that's another thing, another angle that I don't think Valve ever or Bethesda ever explored. Like they could, a lot of them brick games if you're not careful. So
yeah,
I didn't even think about that in the argument at all.
Yep. So that's our thoughts. Probably if you know us, you probably knew how we were going to feel about that one, though.
Yeah.
Kind of dumb.
Real dumb.
Yep. Go ahead, Corey.
An anniversary edition of Gears of War is coming to Xbox One, so we get another last-gen remake for new-gen consoles.
I think this is a good one, though, to be honest.
Yeah. I like the Gears of War games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch the multiplayer, but
Gears of War 1, I never played.
Okay. You just played 2 and 3?
I didn't even play 2. I only played 3.
3?
Yeah.
Jumped right in, huh?
I played
3 was good, though. I really like Gears of War 3. It's probably my favorite.
Yeah, it was great. Like, Horde mode was fucking awesome.
Oh, that's right. We played a lot of Horde
The game
mode.
itself was fun. Like, the single-player campaign was fun. I might get it. Even if I don't, I still think this is a good one. This game's been out for how long now?
Gears of War 1?
Yeah. Right. So it's like this is the kind of game they should be re-releasing, not one that came out last year.
Right.
8
years ago, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, this is a beloved series for Xbox owners.
And the new one's coming out at some point.
So it'll kind of tickle your unders to get you warmed up for the next one.
Yep.
So I think it's a good one.
$50, you think?
No.
40?
It's a fucking old game.
Well, it's all 3 of them.
Oh, is it?
I think.
No.
It's just the first one.
It's just I would never pay. I would pay $20 for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say 30 tops.
Oh, I thought it was like a Master Chief collection.
No. Well, that would just be broken.
Right.
If they were gonna release that, I wouldn't be able to play Horde mode.
That's a good point.
I was gonna do this in a little bit, but since you brought it up, I just want to take another shot at it.
Okay.
Master Chief collection. They had to cancel a Halo tournament due to connectivity issues.
Saw that.
Are you serious? They're still having issues?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You hear mixed things. Some people say it's still broken. Some people say it works now. I don't. Which to me, if some people say it's broken, it's probably still broken.
I mean, if they canceled the tournament, where they promise winners tens of thousands of dollars, it probably means it's not working.
Boy, they dropped the ball on that one.
We don't need to talk about that anymore. I just thought I'd throw another jab at him.
We don't want to get everybody's blood all angered up again.
No.
Go ahead, Corey.
But the Gears of War Anniversary Edition is a remaster, updated visuals, reworked cutscenes, all that good stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
It's just, for me, not a reason to... Still not a good enough reason to get a console.
No. Is there a... They didn't put a price on that, right?
Not that I saw.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Corey?
Marvel is set to develop a game with Telltale slated for a 2017 release.
Another one.
So yet another Telltale licensed game. Or Telltale licensing a game.
Excited.
Woohoo!
A little bit saturated at this point, huh?
Yep. I'm starting to feel that way myself.
I do. I think
It's a good fit.
it is a good fit. And I think that's the best fit for Telltale games. I don't think... I haven't played the Borderlands one, so I
From comic books.
yeah,
Yep.
I can't speak to that. I don't think I talked about this on the podcast, but I played the first episode of the Game of Thrones Telltale game. It was awesome. I liked it about as much as I liked the Walking Dead one. As somebody who watches Game of Thrones, it runs alongside it, so you get more immersion in that world, and you see some of the side stuff that's going on, which it is based on lore. So you're not, it's not its own thing. It's still part of the universe, and you get to actually engage with it. So it's really good. But I think I've said this a couple times. There's only so much Telltale games you want to play.
So much Telltale gaming you want to do.
Yeah, and I think I want to limit it to 2, and I'll probably just keep playing The Walking Dead and the Game of Thrones one. I've never really been a comic book guy as much as I've tried. I tried to read all the Ninja Turtle ones and just never got into it.
I will say that the Marvel one is probably the one that appeals to me the most.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a comic book guy either.
Mm-hmm.
I think that setting would be pretty sweet for Telltale kind of game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an easier transition, I think, too, because of comic books. Like the artwork and stuff will probably fit in really nicely and look like a animated comic book. I think that could be really cool. I probably won't get into it, although I do like the Marvel universe and Marvel characters. I'm a Captain America fan, and I like Iron Man and stuff. So that would be more interesting to me than a DC Comics one, probably. But I probably won't touch it. And
Yeah. I probably won't either.
2 years from now. That's a long time. Who knows what's gonna
Yeah,
happen?
why the
between now
fuck
and
tell us about that now?
Because
Yeah.
it's Marvel, man. Apparently, it's part of a bigger push to develop more Marvel games that are AAA and more mature, and I think they use the word sexy and stuff like that. So
then? Okay.
we'll see, because some of those games are pretty bad.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Square Enix will host a dedicated E3 press conference on June 16th as part of E3. They are promising, quote, exciting news. However, I did just read that Final Fantasy 15 will not be at E3. They are targeting Gamescom, and they just said they won't be there. So they do have a pretty good list of games at this point that are in the works. They've got the new Deus Ex, they've got Kingdom Hearts 3, Star Ocean 5, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Just Cause 3.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
You're right. That is
I
pretty
bet you
good.
Final Fantasy 15 won't come out until the end of next year.
You're probably right, Dan.
Maybe
did
even
you see
early
they're making more
2017.
changes to it?
Yeah, because they had a panel where people,
There's a lot of feedback.
there's a lot of feedback about it that the developers responded to.
And I didn't read any of it, but it seemed as though it was a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And that's going to take time.
Yep. So late 2016, early 2017, maybe. It's gonna be a while.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I hope this is the one.
Do you think that they're going to announce new stuff or just
I don't know. I don't know what the exciting news will be.
must be something?
It's got to be
gotta
something
a new game, right?
I would think.
They got a lot going on.
Maybe a release date for Kingdom Hearts. That would be exciting.
Yeah.
As long as it was within 6 months,
Right. Not
not fucking 2 years.
Summer-
When it comes out side by side with Marvel Telltale
summer 2016.
2017. I'm fucking sick of this.
Yeah. The hype wears off really fast anymore.
Especially
for me.
for like, not to harp on it, but the Marvel Telltale. Like, who's excited for that 2 years from now?
Yeah. No one's gonna remember.
No one's gonna remember that next week.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I agree.
Anywho,
Go ahead, Corey.
And my last one, Bloodborne's new update speeds up load times from 45 plus seconds to 15 to 20 seconds. Have any of you guys experimented with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Makes dying a little less painful, huh?
it never bothered me to begin with.
It didn't bother me either.
But the more important update is that how in Dark Souls during loading screens it would show you like a piece of armor or something and tell you something about it. They added that to it.
Oh, that's good. So it's something to look at too.
So it even makes it feel a little faster.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah, that never.
what a great fucking game.
It never bothered me either.
No, I didn't think it was all that bad. Like I always kind of needed that little breather.
To unwind after you died, like your usually your nerves were going or
Nerves are
whatever.
jangling.
So you needed that time to like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it is better now.
Yeah.
Cool. Part of patch 1.03, I read the patch notes. A couple other big things were fixing a bug that made lifts and elevators inoperable,
Oh,
which isn't so good. And then another one where bosses would become immobilized.
that one sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah, that sounds good.
They should have left that bug.
That sounds like what I try to do in Dark Souls,
yeah, glitch them to death.
Play off the jank a little bit.
Yep. It's brilliant.
But that's it. That's all I've got for Nibble Bits.
Eric, what do you got?
Let's see what I got here, Dan. I just wanted to go over the PS Plus games for the month. I usually will go over the Xbox ones also, but I thought the Xbox ones were pretty shitty for me, so I didn't. I'm actually really excited about the PS Plus ones. Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition, which was already available for free on Games with Gold on Xbox previously. But if you haven't played that still, you should fucking play it. That's a great game. That's for PS4. Ether 1 comes to PS4. That's like it's a first-person puzzler kind of, I don't know, horror isn't maybe the right word, but thriller kind of thing. That's one to keep an eye out for PS4. Unfinished Swan for PS4, PS3, and Vita. I'm assuming it's all cross-buy, cross-play, whatever. That's a pretty cool game. Very, very cool art style to it. It's not probably like anything you've ever played before.
It looks nice.
Yeah, if you haven't played that one before, now's definitely a good time for that. Race the Sun, which is a very simplistic, like it's a racing game, but you're just like a bird and you are trying to beat the sunset or something like that. But it looked interesting when they showed it at E3 last year. Thought about buying it because it was dirt cheap, but I'm glad I didn't. Now it's for free. That's PS4, PS3, and PS Vita also.
Is that a drinking stoner game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Like flower kind of.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of when I first saw it.
Gotcha.
Hohokum, which is one that I really wanted to play, and I'm again glad I didn't buy it for PS4, PS3, and Vita again. Just a wacky, fucking, colorful, weird world, I guess. It got pretty decent reviews, though, so I'm excited to try that one. And Murasaki Baby for PS Vita. They describe as a strange puzzle game with an eerie atmosphere. You guide a baby through a nightmarish landscape. It looks kind of like, what's that Tim Burton movie? Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
Looks kind of like that.
Nice.
You're looking for home. So, but I've heard good things about that one. On another podcast.
Nice.
So I thought this was a pretty solid lineup for me for PS Plus. My second one, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor is getting a Game of the Year edition with all of the DLC. May 5th. So that's very soon.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. If you hadn't played that, I know I wasn't a huge fan. I saw the appeal,
Yeah.
but I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of it. But the others here, Dan especially, were. If you haven't had a chance to play that one yet, it's definitely probably worth a try, especially if it comes to the DLC. And if you're a Lord of the Rings fan and you haven't played it, you definitely should.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's pretty cool. And another thing that's big in the news, and I think we're going to try and talk a little bit more about later, Silent Hills was officially canceled by Konami.
Wah, wah.
And PT was pulled from the Sony store today, which was the playable teaser, I guess is what it was supposedly called.
Pretty scary too.
Fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrifying. If you didn't get to play it, I'm sorry, because I feel like that was one, if you had a PS4, you definitely should have given it a whirl.
Yep.
That was just a terrifying but awesome. The graphics in that game were amazing.
Yeah, they
Or
were. They're
teaser,
really
I
good.
shouldn't call it a game, but man, what an atmosphere it set.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks. That's it for me.
Okay. What about you, Will? What you got?
My first one is that Mewtwo is now available to buy for DLC. I'm pretty sure it's $4.99 is the price.
That is correct.
Go out and buy him because he's an awesome character, and I'm huge into Smash. So, and Lucas is coming in June, so we're gonna be getting. I think we're gonna be getting a lot of DLC characters from Smash Brothers.
I should start playing Smash again
I
because
should
I'm
too.
really out of practice. I was never very good to begin with, and I'm just worse
I
now.
want to play with people.
I was starting to feel confident with Pac-Man, but now I have no idea.
Yeah.
Time to get back into it. I'll go easy on
It's
all
not
of
time
you.
to get back into it.
You're right.
The problem is I'll be like, okay, I'll play Smash, and then like put Mario Kart sitting over there. I'll just play Mario Kart.
I've got plenty of things keeping me occupied right now.
Yeah, but yeah, as I said, buy them. Not very expensive either for
$5
character.
is worth it, I feel like.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know?
Especially if you really like Smash.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever went over it, but people found stuff in the game for Ryu from Street Fighter and Roy.
I heard
from
about
Fire
that.
Emblem. Like voice stuff and all. I forgot exactly what it was. Like
It was like some
stuff.
coding or something, wasn't it?
Coding, stage stuff, maybe some voice things. I think it was. So
That's cool.
Who's Roy?
Roy's from Fire Emblem. He's from the older ones. He was
Okay.
in Melee. The character that wasn't Marth had the red hair.
I'm not an aficionado or anything close.
You would recognize him if you saw him, but he's a character that a lot of people want back for whatever reason. I don't know. I didn't play that Fire Emblem, so I don't really know.
Gotcha.
Heroes of the Dorm was on ESPN2 recently.
Oh, you're bringing this up.
The ratings, 96,000 people, which was the third lowest viewed thing on ESPN, and a fishing tournament was above it.
Oof.
And a lot of people were hating on Heroes of the Dorm via Twitter.
Did you hear what Colin Cowherd said?
I did.
Yeah, I did.
He, for those that didn't, said that if ESPN ever made him like commentate an esports event, he would quit. And I hope he does quit.
Yeah.
It's kind of a prick.
I never
lot of-
liked him very much.
A
Anyway.
lot of people hate him.
I actually don't mind him because he's interesting to listen to sometimes, but he is a prick.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said. He said he says stuff like this for
He does. He just likes to get a rise,
yeah.
which is fine. But I may be in the minority here. This should not be on ESPN.
I agree with
I
that.
agree.
I was always of the mindset too that like poker shouldn't be on ESPN or
No.
Fox Sports. Like that's not so, or
But
whatever.
esports especially.
Yeah.
You're just setting yourself up to be the laughing stock by
Ye-
putting that on ESPN.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there that just video games are for nerds and stuff like that, and it's just like I don't know.
Especially ESPN, which is like all about NBA.
It was supposed to be it was supposed to be exclusive to ESPN too. Like it wasn't supposed to be on Twitch, but people
People
broadcast
brought it, yeah.
broadcast on it. That's where it should
It should be on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yes, that you're absolutely right. I think they're just setting themselves up to look like idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, if ESPN actually thinks it's viable, do an esports channel, but I don't think it's viable yet.
Clearly.
So yeah,
If the Bass Pro tournament
Got
is getting more
views.
viewership,
Yeah.
then it's not.
I actually watched a little bit of this because I don't know why I did this because I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I was hoping they would announce a new hero.
Yeah.
So I watched all the way through the final and got nothing and didn't really particularly care who won.
Yeah, I watched a few minutes. It's fun to watch like really good players compete against each
Yeah,
other.
now that like you know
Yeah. Now
what's
know
going on, sure it is. It
That
is fun to
helps.
watch, but I'd rather watch it on Twitch.
Yeah.
In that community.
Yep.
Yeah, because those are people who actually care about it. Instead, you get the bros on
Yeah.
Twitter being like, "What's this ESPN?"
You know, if it was a Call of Duty tournament, they'd probably be balls deep in it.
Oh yeah.
Call of Duty.
Definitely.
Watching ESPN on their Xbox One.
But there's also some people out there that were kind of genuinely interested in Heroes of the Storm. People who aren't into gaming. I saw some stuff on Twitter. People like somebody compiled a list of like ESPN people and sports commentators like, oh, this is interesting and stuff like that.
Well, if you're not
So-
familiar with it, you probably wouldn't realize how big the esports scene is, especially with MOBA specifically. League of Legends and Dota, and the money that you can win in those tournaments is insane.
Somebody on Reddit said that this was actually the first thing. I don't want to get the word messed up because there'd be somebody out there who would definitely know this, but like this is the first like actually televised tournament on a major network.
Okay.
I guess Dota was televised, like the pregame and stuff like that, on other channels, but on ESPN, like this is the first like actual huge tournament that was. They said that's a pretty big step, but
Yeah.
once again, I'm not in the let's put esports on ESPN.
I know. If you're right, Will, if it's gonna be on like broadcast television, it should have its own channel.
Yeah.
But it should be on Twitch.
Fox Sports esports channel.
Yeah, something like that. Like
I'd
a
rather
spin-off channel.
I'd rather be Fox Sports and not freaking ESPN because I hate ESPN.
it just should never be on ESPN or 2.
It was actually on the In Case You Missed It segment on ESPN Sports Center, and I was like,
What was the total viewers, Will? 96,000?
yeah.
Jeez, more people watch infomercials at like 3 a.m.
Or like 6 on Sunday morning.
How many viewers ended up watching on Twitch? Any idea?
They're always split up because there was like 3 or 4 different big channels that were broadcasting it.
Yeah, there was one channel that had like 2,000 people. Because Heroes of the Storm isn't like the big
Right,
it's not
MOBA
the big
yet.
MOBA,
It's
yeah.
like third, fourth, like fifth.
Which is weird
area.
that that's the first one to be on.
ESPN.
Yeah.
But then
It's 'cause of
Blizzard
Blizzard's
partnered
pull.
up with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blizzard's got pull.
Yeah, and plus it was for college kids to get money for school,
That's
which is
true,
another
the
aspect.
college-
It was a
Solid.
good. I think it was a good platform for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think the bro dudes realized that when they were hating on it unnecessarily.
I don't give a fuck what they said.
But some of the stuff was actually pretty fun. There's only one guy who said, "You don't show hockey, but you're showing esports."
That's a good point.
and I was like,
honestly.
"That guy's right."
Yeah, he is right.
But
Top
yeah,
10 is just filled with like a diving
catch
catches
and
and
dunks.
reverse dunks.
Yeah.
well, it's the NBA playoffs, so we have to see all the dunks now in every game.
God.
And my final one is that Fire Emblem If is what it's called right now. Is the third campaign is harder than the White Kingdom's campaign and easier than the Black Campaign's kingdom. But I guess one of the things with the Black Kingdom is you get less money and experience while you're playing through it, but you have more complex victory conditions in battle, and map gimmicks include like turn limits, base defense, breaking through enemy lines, and other conditions on top of defeating all the enemies or generals. So
That game's gonna be awesome.
yeah, it's sounding like it's going to be amazing.
Can't wait.
I kind of like having the different kingdoms having different ways
I really
to
like
play
that too.
through.
That's neat.
And I know some people aren't going to like that
Yeah, of course not.
because people hate on
You
everything.
can't please everyone.
I think it's neat though.
Exactly. I'm actually kind of interested to be like, maybe I want to get, because I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan because of Awakening.
Well, I'll get one of them. You get the other, like we
Yeah.
did for Pokemon X and Y.
Exactly. And then we'll just swap because they'll
Yeah.
have multiple saves.
Yep.
So whichever one you want, Dan.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
When it gets closer.
But this is the game, one of the games I'm most anticipating right now.
Yeah.
Super excited. I want to play through the Awakening again, and I just beat it in like January this year.
Yeah.
But that's all I had for Nibblebits, Dan.
Okay. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention before. Oh, I could talk about this during my week. I'll talk about it now. I watched the Nintendo Direct for Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I cannot wait for that game. It looks awesome.
When did they get a release date?
No
yet?
release date. That's what I was hoping. That's why I watched it. I was hoping for a release date. They did a little trailer explaining, and then they did a Nintendo Treehouse where they play the game and talk about it for like maybe it was a half an hour or so. It's looking really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, can't wait.
it's a big one for the Wii U.
Yeah. I believe I posted that on our Twitter, but I'm not sure. If I didn't, I will, because it was good. How was your week, Will?
My week's been all right. I've been really busy. I've basically been leaving in the morning to go to work and not getting home until like 10, 11. So I haven't had much time to play video games or anything. It kind of sucks.
You got to stop working out.
That's it.
I was explaining to somebody that like I would leave at like 9 in the morning to go to work.
You explained it to me.
Well, yeah, but this was before you.
Oh,
And then like I'd have an 8-hour shift at work, and then I would go to the gym, and that would be between 2 to 3 hours, and then like I'd be an hour of driving from work to back home. So like really, I've gone for 12, maybe 13 hours a day. So I haven't really had a lot of time to play games. I just go home and want to sleep because I like to sleep.
Yeah.
It's when I'm my happiest.
I think you need to do two things: cut back on your gym time, cut it down to an hour, and you need to cut into your sleep.
The sleep one, I am absolutely against cutting into. Because
That's what you have to do.
That's
though.
what I had to do for my video game time. It was direct. It was sleep or play video games is how my schedule works out. So
the problem is I've become such a miserable person, and I know
too much sleep.
No, when I
Yes.
get less,
Oh,
I'm a miserable human being.
you get accustomed to it.
I'm
Like,
better on less sleep.
I'm pretty used to right now between like 4 and 5 hours a night.
So bad for you, Dan. Come on.
I know.
I don't
but-
think it is, honestly. I think that's a myth.
Yeah.
Because when I get like 8 hours of sleep, I wake up feeling like a bag of dicks.
8 hours is you're supposed to get 7 hours and 30 minutes or over eight.
It's less as you get older though.
That's true.
Who makes these rules up?
REM cycle, man.
Fuck REM cycle.
90-minute REM cycle, homie.
Yeah, if I get that amount of sleep, I wake up and I'm groggy,
Yeah.
and I don't want to talk to anybody. But if I get 5 hours of sleep, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's how I feel the best too, about right around 5 hours.
I think it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, it
definitely.
is. That's
And-
why I hate when these people go, well, you need 8 hours of sleep. No, you need 8 hours of sleep. I need 5.
I need 5 hours of sleep and coffee when I first wake up.
That's it. I'm good to go.
Yep.
Let's roll out the door.
Yeah, you get used to the sleep deprivation.
See,
God.
You become a parent.
well, like when I used to work at the golf course over the summer, like I would be getting like 5 hours of sleep
Yeah.
because you'd have to get up so early, and like going to bed at 10, like it only gets you so much sleep anyway. And I was just miserable every day during the summer.
I think even if I got enough sleep and woke up that early, I'd be tired just because I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
I'm a night person big time, so I'd be tired no matter what.
Yeah. Geez, I got almost 9 hours of sleep last night. But because I got up at 7, I was like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah.
Like Dan was saying, no matter what time I go to bed, if I have to be up before 8, I'm just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Word.
So I've been pretty busy. Got a new 3DS. I don't know, should I talk about that now or wait?
Yeah, go for it.
So
What are your thoughts?
It's awesome. I didn't realize how much bigger it is than because I looked at my 3DS when I traded it in. I was like, oh,
It's not too bad.
This is pretty decent size. Then when I got the new one, I was like, holy crap! And
Yeah.
then we did a side by side comparison with one of the people living with me right now, Nick, and he has an older 3DS, like the one that I had.
Yeah, the purple one.
It's the purple one, exactly what I had.
The purple one too.
And I was like, holy crap, this is massive. And makes me happier when I'm playing Story of Seasons.
Yeah, it's a big upgrade because I know Eric and Corey upgraded from the 3DS XL to the new 3DS XL, and I don't think that's as big of a change as the 3DS to the new 3DS XL. You know,
Exactly. Like if you have an older 3DS, I would recommend getting the new one. If you have an XL, I would wait a little bit.
yeah,
It's not as important because everything runs a lot better on the new 3DS. Like Story of Seasons lagged on my 3DS, but in this one it doesn't have any issues with it.
I like the nub too for camera controls.
Yep, that's nice too.
Nub.
It's sexy, isn't it?
It is. It's very nice looking.
What color did you get?
Black.
That's what I have. It's sleek.
It is. It looks the sleekest. I was kind of hoping they'd have new colors by now, but they didn't.
Nope, just red and black. I think still.
But that's all right. The 3D isn't as nauseating.
No, it's better.
It's a lot better.
I still find though that when I'm playing a game and I have to look away a lot, I just turn it off because when I look back, it takes like 3 or 4 seconds to adjust back to my vision.
Yeah.
So
I still get really car sick when I play in the car from it.
yeah,
I was going back to Clinton to take Corey home, and I was playing in the back seat of the car, and within 15 minutes, I felt like I was going to throw up. So I napped the entire way.
there you go.
But yeah, it's an awesome system. I have a lot of games that I want to play on it, and I'm glad I put off some stuff
Yeah.
to play until I got it. Because I'm going to start Story of Seasons, playing that a lot more. I want to do Animal Crossing. There's a couple other games that I really wanted to play. I can't really remember. But
Nice.
that's it for me.
Okay. What about you, Eric? What do you got?
I don't think I got too awful much, Dan. Was I here to talk about the Sabres not getting the first pick?
No,
No.
you weren't.
Yeah, the Sabres didn't get the first pick, which is stupid. Edmonton can fuck off.
Yes, they can.
Um,
Not many people were happy about that.
no, it's a.
Everyone's
I will never
kinda
understand the draft lottery and why that is a thing. I just
Yeah.
don't get it.
pissed. I'm with you.
Worst should be first. I don't know. Whatever.
I guess there's a video of Gary Bettman explaining, because they did a 9-minute lottery thing, which they should have just showed it on TV anyway. I guess his reaction to when he saw that Edmonton got the first pick was priceless.
Bad.
He was like, just stared blankly and was like,
Yeah. Well, he knows.
yeah.
Like Corey, we were talking about it when it was going on, and Corey's like, "That's Connor McDavid going to Edmonton's like the worst thing possible for the NHL
Yeah.
because Edmonton cannot, no matter what they do, cannot get their shit together. That may change now. I don't know because they're starting to get new management, but I don't think so. I just think that's this mismanaged franchise.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Peter Chiarelli. See
Well,
how
now
he
I
goes.
hope he fails.
Yeah.
And nothing against him.
Well, I don't know if it's so much he's going to fail, but he's not going to be enough to lead that disaster of a
I know.
team into.
I just don't. I hope he just doesn't do good there.
And they trade him.
If Edmonton turns it around with him, I'm gonna hate Edmonton.
I already do hate Edmonton because they're one of those teams that always seems to beat the Predators, no matter
really?
how bad Edmonton is.
The Predators just kind of play down to their level.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that type of situation, definitely.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't really have too much, Dan. I don't want to belabor it.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Okay. Sounds good.
Wait. Did I watch something awesome that I wanted to talk about?
My guess is
Yes,
yes.
I did. It's called Chef's Table, and it's on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
It's really strange because, like, I like to cook. I like to watch cooking shows that are like about Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain's
shit like
was
that.
awesome.
Yeah, like where they travel around to weird places and
Yeah.
eat weird food.
Yep.
But I don't get into like Top Chef and bullshit like that. So Netflix recommended to me this Netflix original. It's like a documentary series about. There's like 6 episodes, I think, and each episode is dedicated to a certain chef and like their life and what they do and stuff. And he is so good. Like, it's just the way that they shoot it. Like, all the camera angles are super good. The way that it's filmed is fantastic, which I wasn't expecting in like a documentary about chefs. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting like an actual film experience,
Yeah.
and that's what it was.
Oh, cool.
And like the people are super interesting. The 3rd episode was so good. You guys would all love this guy. His name is Francis Mailman, I think. He lives in Argentina in like the woods on an island.
Oh, that sounds perfect for me.
Yo, it's great. In like a cabin, and he like makes coffee the old-fashioned way, and he cooks in like open pits and like wraps things in cloth and buries them and lets it just like cook all day, stuff like that. Or he'll make a big fire, and there's one scene where he puts, I think they were like lambs or something, but skinned and everything, and he has them on sticks, and he just sticks them into the ground, kind of hovering over the fire, and just lets them cook. And that's his style of cooking.
Wow.
But he has like this band of people he only hires inexperienced cooks that he can teach to like learn his way of doing things.
Yeah.
And they just kind of travel around into these weird places. And he likes to cook in like obscure fucking he's kind of a old hipster. But super awesome. And he's
Nice.
always smoking a cigar, which I love.
Yeah.
But they were out in like the middle of nowhere sitting at this picnic table, and there's like snow and it's cold, but they have like a fire, and they're just eating this great meal. And I was like, this is awesome.
Nice.
And just the whole way that the series is presented is just fantastic.
That sounds awesome.
I really love it. I couldn't stop watching the first 3 episodes. I just blasted through them. So I would highly recommend that, even if you're not into cooking.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if you appreciate good film, like I think it's really well done.
Good cinematography.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So that's it.
Okay. Nice. What do you got, Corey?
Oh, not much.
Cool.
Really, not much has been going on. I started my new job, and just been getting up early, riding my bike into work, putting in my 8 hours with my blue collar.
Corey, how long of a bike ride is that?
It's like 10 minutes.
That's
It
not too
probably
shabby.
probably warms you up, wakes you up in the morning.
Oh yeah,
That's nice.
definitely. And then it's rough at the end of the day having to ride your bike home
The opposite.
because I've been on my feet all day, been running around, raking, all that crap.
Uh-huh.
So
How's your experience been at like an old folks home?
you know, I don't deal too much with the residents. They're around, but like you don't really interact with them or anything. You just kind of walk past them and smile, and that's about it. I'm outside most of the time, and you don't
Well,
really
now
see
that I've
much.
seen Derek, I assume every old folks home is just like that.
That's my inspiration for sure.
Yeah. But I know that you have a different job than what Derek did.
Yeah.
You're more of the what was his name? Pilkington. What was his character?
Carl Pilkington.
Carl. His name was Carl, wasn't it?
It was
think
Carl
so.
on the show.
I think it was. Yeah, but you're more of him.
Yeah, the maintenance guy. Well, I'm part of the maintenance crew. I'm just groundskeeper.
Yeah, that's cool. I feel like it would be an interesting place to work. I just want to go in and hang out with people. Like Derek.
Here's some stories.
Yeah, hear stories,
That's-
wackiness.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot like that for sure.
That's cool.
It's easy to befriend the residents too. You know.
Oh God, I'm sure. I would take see, that would be hard for me.
Yeah.
Because like even just like watching Derek when one of them dies, I'm just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
If it was real life and I actually had kind of a connection,
Yeah.
I'd be miserable constantly.
Yeah. I can see that.
But yeah, that's cool. I appreciate that you're doing that work, Corey.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's I do it out of the goodness of my heart.
And
Well, that
for
would be
paycheck.
voluntarily.
And for a
Right.
But you're getting
Well,
a paycheck.
I got to pay my rent this month, so.
Sure.
But it feels good, you know. I can show up, turn my brain off, and work outside in the summer. So
That's a good, honest living. I like
Yeah.
that.
good and honest.
Okay. Anything else, Corey?
No, not really. Like I said, that's pretty much been my last few days. I don't even remember what I did over the weekend. I was home, brewed some beer, celebrated Max's birthday,
Yeah.
which was a good time, and then I got home that night and just crashed.
That's what happens.
Yeah, I was pooped.
All that running around. Okay. I got a couple things. I actually tweeted, I think it was late last week, an article on Kotaku called, I think it was something like Hot Fuzz is a goddamn masterpiece or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I love that movie. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch Hot Fuzz. And
That got put on
watched
Netflix.
it. So, yeah, that's why I watched it. It
Okay.
was, I love that movie. It's so freaking good.
I gotta watch it again.
So good. It's one of those movies that gets better every time you watch it.
Yeah, I
too.
could see that. Pick up a few things. Yeah.
Yeah, because I watched it, a few times back in the day. I haven't really watched movies lately, but the more you watch it, the better it is.
I do know
So
that
good.
I think I liked Shaun of the Dead better.
Okay, I thought so. I liked Shaun of the Dead better at first, but the more I watch Hot Fuzz, the better I think it is.
The more you appreciate it.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it one of those movies that the older you get, you probably like it more? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that.
It's got some meaningful things for us too, because you always hear about the small town, the not small town mentality, but people glorifying the small town mentality, and this is like a small town, a little bit like Newark Valley. Like it may seem like nice on the outside, but behind closed doors, there's really crazy shit going on, and it's just as bad as anywhere else.
Like the guy at the
or
laundromat.
worse. Yeah, exactly like that. If you're just driving through, you're like, oh, this is a quaint town, a little bit run down, but not too bad.
Got a
But-
gas station.
but then you realize there's a child molester like living above the that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's poignant for us because of that,
Alright.
but also it's just a freaking awesome movie.
yeah.
But
I gotta watch it.
yeah, so I did that. Me and the wife have been car shopping.
Oh,
Yeah,
getting rid of the Focus.
yeah, probably not right now.
It's put its time in.
I've owned it for almost 12 years.
Yeah.
I drive it so little that in a year and a half I've only put 800 miles on it.
Oh my God.
It sat all winter. The battery was dead just about all winter. I would start it like once a month, and I've driven it drove it maybe twice over the winter.
Uh-huh.
I have to jump start it every time I turn it on. It's just it's been sitting, and the check engine light just came on. So
Nice.
rather than try and fix it again, I'm just gonna. We've been car shopping, so we actually test drove 2 cars. Mazda 5, which is the kind of car I want to get.
I was gonna look at those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a station wagon minivan hybrid type of car.
Yeah.
Which is what's fantastic. And then today we test drove a Kia Soul, which is it's a nice car. So we're trying to figure out which one we're gonna get and try and find other cars. But what was cool about that was in doing my research, because I have to research reliability ratings, common problems with the car, all that stuff, like, which models, years are the most reliable and stuff. And I found this website called carcomplaints.com, which was really informative, because we'd find a car that we liked and I'd look it up on Car Complaints and we're like, okay, why is this car a lot cheaper than other cars? And we find out that model year of the car that was available has like huge like engine catastrophes and all that stuff. And we're like, if we hadn't known that, we could have been buying a car that was at high risk for engine catastrophe or transmission failure. So it was interesting to see that.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you're shopping for a car, carcomplaints.com, or even if you have a car that has problems with it, put it up on there.
Go complain about it.
Yeah, because that helps people. There's that. I haven't had much time for games because, like Corey said, my son's birthday was this weekend. He turned 4. So all last week was preparations for that, and then all this week it's been driving around to local car dealers and looking at cars, or being on the internet researching cars. So haven't had much time for gaming, but like I said, I got quite a bit of Mario Kart time in and not much else. But I will have a new game played for next week. Promise you that.
What's it going to be?
It's going to be Rise, Son of Rome.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're going to play it.
It's short too. It's like 6 hours, so that's like perfect for me. I won't cut too much into my like Pillars of Eternity time, because I do still have to like work on that game. But Rise, Son of Rome.
Cool. I'm looking forward to hearing what you think.
I'm very excited about the setting. I love Roman Empire stuff. So
it looks great too. You're playing on PC, right? Yeah. Well, yeah. Obviously.
Should we get into what we played? Do we need to take a break? Or?
Corey, do you have to tinkle?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's go right into what we played. Eric, you haven't been here a couple weeks. We'll start with you.
Okay, let's see. Well, let's see. We'll start with Bloodborne. Still slowly picking my way through Bloodborne. I think I'm going to be playing this game most of the year.
Nice.
Which is weird, because usually by now I've lost interest in a game, and I haven't lost interest in Bloodborne. I'm just trying to go slow, not get too frustrated by anything.
Yeah.
I did manage to beat another boss this week. I beat I think it's the Witch of Hemwick. Actually, it was really easy. I beat that one on the first try.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
That's always a nice accomplishment.
Yeah, the thing with the Witch of Hemwick is that she's kind of invisible. So she spawns these demons that fight for her. She does have a couple of attacks that if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time can fuck you pretty good.
Yeah.
But her demon spawns are kind of tricky because they have a long reach and they attack very quickly. But the key to that one, if you haven't played it yet when you get there, is to try and focus on her. She won't appear unless you're next to her, so just run around until you find her and then just start swinging. Okay. And use your fast attack. I noticed that when I have my weapon, my saw cleaver extended, it didn't do as much as I would have liked quickly, so I brought it back down to the regular the small version of it, and just started hammering on her, and that went much quicker.
Gotcha. How many hours do you think you've put in so far?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea, because I can go a week without playing it.
Okay. How long to beat for the main story is 33 and a half hours. Main and extra is 43.
Okay.
So
I'd say I'm not quite halfway done.
Okay, 10, 12 hours
maybe. Something like that. But still, I mean, just still loving the shit out of that game.
That was an excellent game.
Oh, God. So I'm just after her right now. I did try to get a little bit further, but I died right outside of her little building. And I decided to call it a day on Bloodborne and go play something else. Just to give myself a little break. You know how those boss fights can get a little nerve-wracking.
Yes,
I was like, you know what? That's a good place to stop for today. I'll go back again next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, still plugging away at that. Loving that game.
You know what has happened to me playing Dark Souls is I'd beat a boss and be overconfident, and then
That's
with all those
pretty much
souls
what
and
happened to
stuff,
me.
I would go and die, exploring the next area and not being careful enough. That's what always happened to me.
The good thing about this was instead of bonfires, there are lamps. So there's a lamp right there
Oh, nice.
where she is. So I went back to town, spent all of my echoes, leveled up, blah, blah, whatever. So then when I went back to go back into the wilderness, there's what I think they're called executioners. It's a big troll with a huge axe, and they have a couple of attacks that are just reach so far.
Yeah.
And it's a bastard. So there's one outside of her building, and I wanted to just run past him and go to the left because I think that's where the next area is. So I ran past him and went over there, but I got pounced on by like 4 or 5 of these like weird dog wolf things that are zombie-like.
Yeah.
And there was a witch throwing Molotov cocktails at me, and I was just like, I'm screwed. I can't do anything.
Done.
So that's where I'm at right now. But I got overconfident and just ran in there without knowing what was around, which
Yep.
is stupid. But whatever. I didn't have any echoes on me, so
Yeah.
it was fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. I played a little more Hearthstone on the iPhone. I still think that's a great way to play that game. I unlocked all the basic cards for the Hunter. I'm actually having a lot of luck online. It's not ranked. I usually just do a casual online match, and I'm actually doing pretty well.
Nice.
So that's been fun. I have a custom Hunter deck now and a custom Warrior deck. I don't think they're any good, but I have them.
Yeah.
I have one legendary card.
Nice.
Ooh.
I think it's a legendary card.
Which one is it?
I don't know what it's called, but I can tell you what it does. It costs 8 mana,
Uh-huh.
and when you put it out, it doesn't do any damage, but at the end of your turn, it does a random 8 damage to an enemy minion or player.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Is it Ragnaros?
Yes.
Wow.
Sounds right.
I never had anything like that with my cards.
It bailed my ass out once
Nice.
because it could have hit 2 minions, but instead it hit the opponent and killed him.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
So that's pretty sweet. So like I said, that's such a good phone game.
Yeah. I probably would play a ton if I was in that situation where I had a phone and
My buddy
Good time to
Alex, I got him playing. I asked him, I was like, "You ever play Hearthstone?" He's like, "No." I was like, "You really should give it a try. I think
Yeah.
you might like it."
I think everyone should try it.
Yeah, he's addicted to it now.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
He's full on Blizzard bonered up right now because he's really into Heroes. He's always loved Diablo and StarCraft, and now he's playing
Hearthstone, too.
Hearthstone, and he's loving it.
Nice.
Do you guys want to talk Heroes at all? No. Let's save that talk for Corey and his bitch ass. Let's see. I think I got into the Smite Alpha last week, so I wasn't here to talk about it. I've played a few matches now. Smite Alpha. I have not played online yet. It's all just been AI stuff, just trying to learn my way around. I like it. It's fun. It's definitely Heroes of the Storm is more my speed.
Right.
Smite has the item shit going on, which I really don't like.
Yeah.
I think that just picking from a list of abilities is just so much better and
Yeah.
easier, and it's just, I don't know. I understand why people can get like balls deep into that other stuff. I just don't. I can't. I don't have the brain capacity.
Right.
I just can't do it. But the game itself,
a lot to take in.
It is. It's a lot to take in, and there's a fuck ton of I don't know. I think they're called gods in Smite. There's a fuck ton of them, and like I don't want to put in the time to learn how to make a build for these guys.
Yeah.
And it's also another thing I've actually kind of decided I like about Heroes and getting in on the ground floor is I know all the heroes.
Yeah.
Where Smite has a shit ton of gods, and I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know who to use. Like I did find one that I like. I liked using Isis. She's like a ranged mage assassin kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But the game itself is fun. I really do like it. It's just the item thing that's overwhelming. I know kind of how to play, and it tells you a description of the character before you pick it. So if you've played another MOBA, you know, like you're
What
an
they're supposed to be
assassin, so
doing,
you're
yeah.
squishy. Like
Yeah.
don't go fucking barreling in there.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's a little different because it's slower paced, which I don't love. The matches can tend to take a little bit longer. But like in Heroes, how there's siege camps and bruiser camps, there's camps all around, all over the place. But like Certain ones will give you magic bonuses. Certain ones will give you speed. There's like fire giants that will fight for you. There's experience bonuses. There's all this different shit. So it's kind of neat, and it's a third person view, which is different, and
Yeah.
it's cool. I do like that. But yeah, I would like it a lot more if I had somebody to play with.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
could
still
see
an
that.
alpha, so
Right.
whatever. I mean, it's hard to find codes. Heroes, for some reason, is the only game that I feel like is just giving codes out left and right.
Yeah. That's because it's 3 weeks till it's open beta.
Yeah, well, at Heroes of the Storm or Dorm, they're giving out codes to everybody who attended. So,
Jesus.
which that's why I thought the announcement that they said was going to be Heroes, because why would they want to be like, oh, it's going open if they're giving out codes at Heroes of the Dorm? Turns out I'm an idiot.
I think they might be on that one. But yeah, Smite has been a pretty good time on Xbox. I think when it comes out, if like Will was to play with me, I'd like it a lot more. Obviously, those games are great to play with people. So
Yeah.
I'll be playing. Don't worry.
yeah, it's good stuff. They just added real money purchases, and actually, I kind of think that the pack, the Founders Pack, is $30, and it gives you all the gods and future gods.
Wow.
That's a
not
really
bad.
good deal.
That's not bad, unless I was reading it incorrectly. But I looked a few times.
Right.
I think that's not bad. So yeah, I'll be playing more of that at some point. And the last one before we get into Heroes talk, before we hear what Corey's problem is, Rocket League beta on PS4. This I just saw something posted in a Facebook group, a PS4 group, about this game, and people were saying that it came out in beta. I had never even heard of it before. And somebody asked if anybody wanted a code, and I was the first one to comment on it, so he gave it to me. This game is fucking awesome. I love it so much, and I can't wait till it's fully released. I think it's free to play. I'm not positive about that, but it's got like all the free to play shit, like the customizable like little flag that hangs off your car, or whatever it is. It's kind of hard to describe what the game is.
Do I need to search for a key?
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be super fun to play.
All right, I'll try and find one.
So you can do 3 versus 3, 2 versus 2, or 1 versus 1. Each player is a car. Looks kind of like a remote control car or something. It's physics based. So you use X to jump, and your car will just like launch into the air. And you use the thumbstick, and your car will like flip or go sideways, spin around, whatever. But it's very physics based and kind of hard to control. Circle is boost. Right trigger will make you go. R2 will make you go. The square is like your e-brake, so flip you around. So the objective is each side of the map has a goal. It's like a big dome arena. So each side of the map has a goal, and there's a big ball. So it's like a mix between racing and soccer, which sounds ridiculous, but it's so fucking fun. Like, I've only played 3v3. I don't think 2v2 might be fun. 1 versus 1 would be stupid, but the team aspect of it is great because once you get the hang of it, you kind of know where you need to hit the ball, and the ball it's a bastard to control with a car.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's like soccer. So the ball will come, and it will come crossed into the middle because it's bounced off a wall,
Yeah.
or it's bounced off some car that's trying to knock it the other way, and you have to, with a car, jump in the air. And the best way that I've found to do it is flip your car up so the tail ass end of your car hits the ball forward, and use the boost at the same time so it goes fast.
Okay.
But it's a bitch to do. It's not easy to score goals in this game. And like when it goes to overtime, it's so fun. Like it gets intense, and oh my god, I really love this game.
Can you create teams in this, like team names?
I don't know. It's still in beta. There is a list of like full release game features. I'm not sure, but man, that is one I could get balls deep into like a competitive esports thing on this game because it is just a blast.
Is there going to be a Whoville Hotties Rocket League
There should be.
division?
There should be because oh man, I really can't say enough good things about it. I really can't.
I'll try to get a key.
I hope you do. It's just a fucking blast.
Rocket League. Okay.
There's like boosts around so in each corner, is like a mega nitro, so it fills your nitro completely. So you have 100, and you can like zip across the map if the other team is about to score, and just like pull off a big save with a car. It's so weird. Like you'll see the ball going for the goal, and you're like, I hope I have enough fucking nitro to get there, and you just speed across the front of the goal and send the ball flying the other way, and it's so great. It's such a good feeling. And like if you score a nice goal or a big save, it's everybody was like, "Oh shit, that was awesome."
This game sounds awesome.
It's fantastic, fantastic. I guess it was called Battle Cars on PS3, I think.
Okay.
And people have said like it was one of the most underrated games
Yeah.
on PS3. Like
That's what I
especially-
read about it.
Yeah, especially like multiplayer, like just so underrated.
Yeah.
And I could see if it was anything like this, oh my god, what an awesome game.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend getting yourself a beta key if you have a PS4, and one to look out for if you have like friends you play with online or couch even. Couch would be
co-op.
so fun. But yeah, really happy I came across that.
Nice.
So, should we talk heroes? Corey,
Yeah.
let's get into what your problem is with heroes.
So Blizzard was a little bit of a mess today. Did anybody try and play any Blizzard games?
No,
The servers, there was issues.
I had
So,
issues the other day.
Something was up, and that sort of contributed to what happened in Heroes of the Storm. But I played 3 Hero League matches, lost them all, which is fine. I didn't care that much. But up to that point, I had won every single. Up till today, I had won, I think, every single Hero League game we've played. Because
No.
I played. No, did we lose some?
We lost twice, you and I did.
Oh, okay. But anyway, I had a pretty good record. I was up to like rank 46 or something like that.
Holy crap.
Was doing real good until today. Played 3 matches, and it was 3 of the most awful, toxic teams I have ever been a part of. Real bad.
The community's getting toxic.
Yeah, it's getting bad.
In the first 2 games, I wasn't the victim, but the third game, I was the victim.
You were the target.
Oh boy, was I the target.
Who were you playing as?
And I was Nazebo for 2 of them. One of them I was Muradin. In the first 2, like, there was just that one person on the team that was just ripping into people. And, like, I was trying to stand up for my team and trying to, calm things down. And not being negative towards the person that was, being toxic.
You're always very professional in how you handle it.
I try to be, but
You are.
in the third one, when I was the victim, I was Nazebo, and right off the bat, there's a Nova, and Nova tells me to go bottom, and I was like, all right, that's fine, I can go bottom. So I went to the bottom lane, and within probably 2 minutes, whoever's playing Nova starts talking about me like I'm not there. Like, oh my god, he's doing this. Oh my god, what's he doing? Oh my, like, over and over again. And thankfully there's an Uther on our team, voice of reason, and it's like, Nova, chill, like, Nazebo gets good at level 10. And
Which
I was
is
like,
true.
yeah, I get good at level. Well, I started getting annoyed. I'm like, Nova, what's your problem? And Nova doesn't answer me because I'm obviously a child, and Nova doesn't speak to children.
Uneducated.
So I hit level 10, I pick my ultimate, and then there's like a team battle or something like that, and I drop my Gargantuan. And
Why'd you pick that one?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And not from the person who was criticizing me, everyone else on the team. And and I was just like, I don't know, like this is the build that I went with. And they're like, yeah, but don't you know, like, you need to pick that other one for this team. And again, I was trying to be professional. I was like, I'm sorry, like, obviously you guys are more experienced than me, giving them what they want. And they're like, yeah, but you should know. And he's like, you're rank 15, right? And I was like, no, I'm rank 47. And the Uther on our team was like, well, then matchmaking is messed up. And after that point, like, he kept standing up for me, but this Nova just kept riding me. And Uther's like, Nova, chill. He's rank 47. Cut him some slack.
Isn't it funny how, like, you're a noob again?
It was bad.
You've hit rank 40, like, just general. You're a 40 profile character, and now you're a noob again.
Oh, all over again. And it sort of like gave me a glimpse into the future of
Yeah. Oh, you're absolutely right.
what that game is like. And I have fun like booting it up and playing every now and again, but I don't think I will ever be able to get to the point where I know exactly what build I need for any given character in any given situation. I don't care enough about the game to do that. I won't put that much time into it. Again, it's fun to sit and play a few matches with you guys, but to get to that point, like it's never gonna happen.
A couple things. This is the reason why I really only play with friends, and I won't do Hero League alone. That's why I waited for all of you guys to get in there, because I didn't have to deal with that. And two, the people who go by the meta all the time are the most annoying people. Ignore that. Like, they're just...
Corey, do you know how to block communications, right?
Yeah.
You should just do that.
Yeah, just mute them.
Yeah, but sometimes they're helpful. Not always, but sometimes.
No,
No,
if it's that type of situation where Nova kept writing you, just ignore.
Corey,
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up, though, honestly, because I actually, for the first time, reported somebody on the game. I haven't done that yet because everybody, there's been a few pricks here and there, but this guy was, like, really riding another player, like, really bad, and saying how, calling him derogatory names and just being a real prick. And I tried to take Corey's approach, like saying, hey, you're not being very nice. My approach is go hang yourself.
Yeah.
Corey's approach is, hey, you're not being very nice. If you think he's
Just
new,
relax,
why don't you give him some advice?
Yeah.
That's what I said to him, and it just devolved from there. And then the two of them were just getting worse and worse towards each other. And then the one starts talking about how toxic the game is, like the community. And me and another guy go, you realize, like, you are part of that problem.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. Okay, man, whatever. So yeah, I reported him. It was bad.
Yeah, I got into a fight the other day too. Some Arthas was shouting commands at the other players on the team, and when there's people like that, you just kind of ignore them because they're stupid usually and the worst player. He eventually goes, "That's it, I quit. I'm tired of trying to communicate with all of you guys." So I told him to shut up, which wasn't
took my approach,
which wasn't smart. And then it was the FU thing.
Yeah.
And I said, "You're 1-7. Shut up."
Oh, well, yeah, you did have him there.
I was 10-0 with the most hero damage on the team, and he says, "Go farm more creeps, loser." And I was like, once again, you're 1-7, Arthas. And then I ended up being really nice to everybody else on the team, but whenever the Arthas started talking and saying command, I just said, shh. So
it'll all be over soon.
It's just, it does get frustrating.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
Will's right about the Hero League, though. I don't think I'm going to play that unless you guys are playing with me.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Because I don't really want to. I don't want to play Hero League unless you guys are playing. I'm fine just doing custom matches.
I want to get through the levels of Hero League, but I'm not going to do it at the expense of my sanity.
Yeah.
No, whatever. I enjoy custom matches, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything. I still enjoy doing that. For like my play time the last couple weeks, I discovered the new free rotation features Tassadar, and he's one of the only two that I haven't got to level 5 yet, so I tried him, and he's literally probably my favorite character to play with. Mm-hmm. I loved playing with him so much, so I bought him. Like, I had 6,000 coins saved up, and he was only 4,000. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to buy him.
Yeah.
So I actually had a really good experience this week. Me and Johnny and another friend of ours, Evan, we played and had a real good team going, and it's just such a good feeling when you have those nice wins.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can already see the community just going right down where League of Legends is.
It's starting to open up a little bit more.
Yeah. It's gonna go down the shit tubes pretty soon.
Yeah, I plan on not doing Hero League unless I have a 3-man team. So we outnumber anybody who's toxic.
Fair enough.
But
that's part of the reason why I haven't played it lately too. I'm not gonna play by myself because I'm not gonna get like Corey said, not gonna get good enough to the point where it would be fun for me to play on my own. I don't mind if you guys boot it up, and the problem is I can only play video games at night, but I'm in the same situation. I playing with you guys is a blast, but probably just won't play it by myself.
Just the people who act like it's the Olympics.
Yeah, that's the worst part. I usually will just be like, dude, it's a game, relax.
Yeah.
But I have, on the other hand, Corey, I have also had some really good experiences with people. when the game's just going well, even when the game isn't going well, I've just had some people who were super helpful, super nice. Nobody was talking shit, and you turn it around. But some games I've had where everything just went really well, and people will be like, "This is the best team I've ever been a part of." Like everybody's great, communicating.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna have both.
Well, I've honestly never had an experience like that in Quick Match, and even up until today, in Hero League, it hasn't been that bad. But I don't know if it was just because matchmaking was messed up for whatever reason, that all these people were getting mixed together and it was just chaos, or what. But it was especially bad today, and like I said, it sort of gave me a look into the future, and I sort of asked myself, how much time do I really want to devote to Heroes of the Storm? And it turns out it's not that much. It'll be fun to play with you guys, boot up every now and again, but there's a lot more video games out there that I think I'll get a lot more out of than, the Heroes of the Storm quick match here and there.
Let me know when you find these games.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Because I'm not seeing them.
Well, it goes back to the whole Dota thing. Like, I enjoyed my time with Dota, but, how much am I really going to get out of playing Dota over and over and over again? It may be fun, but in terms of, like, playing more games and trying new things and having more things to talk about on this podcast, like, Heroes of the Storm just doesn't have that much
Will and I have something to tell you guys.
more room.
Just kidding.
We're starting a Heroes of the Storm podcast.
And the thing is, the thing is you two guys have always preferred the competitive side of gaming.
Yeah.
Me and Corey are generally like, we're more into the story type of thing, and like I said, I really, Heroes of all games is probably one of the best competitive games I've ever played, because I really like it. But I'm in the same boat as Corey. Like at a point, we're not getting anything more out of it other than having fun playing with friends.
Right.
It's kind of like when I used to play guitar. I got to a certain point where I just wasn't going to get better unless I took guitar lessons, and I just wasn't willing to do it.
Or put in a huge amount of time to get better.
Right.
And see, the thing is, though, is following it as closely as I have been is frustrating too, because the content side of it has been unbelievably slow at this point. It's been like 6 weeks since Sylvanas came out, and like there hasn't been a new hero or any information on it, and it's kind of frustrating.
That's
and I know,
Blizzard, though.
I know, but I know it's going, like, this is their chance to put in content fast and have there be like a decent, I think, more of a chance for people to forgive that if something's bad, because then they can fix it. It's beta, it's closed, it's no big deal. But now we're coming in to open beta in May 19th, and then not even a month later, it's going to be open for everything. When Hearthstone is a game that I don't think has as much depth as Heroes of the Storm, was open beta for a really long time.
Right.
I just don't know. I think it needs more content. I don't know if they're planning on releasing a bunch of heroes when it goes open and then full releasing. I kind of hope they don't, because my wallet will hate me.
Right.
Because I do plan on buying all the heroes that come out like once a month, because that's what I said. It's like a subscription. I really like the game. Mm-hmm. But I just think with what they got right now with the hero count, I think they need more, and it's frustrating waiting and not knowing what's going to happen and stuff like that. I know they're busy, but I just want to know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man, do I love that game.
But yeah, I'm still going to keep playing it, as frustrated as I am.
Yeah.
I just want to get some of those stringy, nerdy bastards in my living room so I can have some words with them.
You're better than that.
They're kids.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it kind of makes me wonder how many of them have actually ever been a part of a team, like a real living team.
Yeah, never.
These guys probably don't have any friends, and like they don't know how to interact with people, and they're just angry.
Yeah.
And like maybe they're good at a game, and that's
probably all they do.
This is their chance to like, I don't know, get back at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whatever.
I always try and approach my online interactions as if, I was with the person in person. It's not, you don't change who you are because you're behind a keyboard.
That's because you can think logically.
Yeah.
These people don't.
9 out of 10 people can't. Or just refuse to.
And I shouldn't be surprised. Like, this is what happens in MOBAs. But like, why is it MOBAs? Because even in shooters, like, it's never been to that point where like one person's toxicity can ruin a whole team.
Yeah.
Well, in shooters, I don't think there's the teamwork that's necessary.
That's true. Yeah.
Especially like a Call of Duty. But some people would probably argue that. pro players, but
Right. Right. That's a different situation.
and you're probably
though.
right. But I don't know. I could see where people would get frustrated. Like, you've been say you get paired. You're level 40 now in a quick match, and you get paired up with a level 5 player, whatever. I do tend to get a little frustrated. I don't like tell them to fuck off or anything. Like, it's just like if I tell you, hey, go here with the rest of the team, just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The rest of the team's doing it, just do it. Like, I'm not being an asshole. I just want to win.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sure.
I'm certainly not going to rip him a new asshole. If
Exactly.
He doesn't do it.
There's an effective way to communicate, and it's not, what I saw today. It was
And I'll
awful.
usually say please and thank you.
Yeah.
Like you would in real life. Yeah.
And that's what that Uther that I was playing with in that last game, after he found out I was 32 ranks lower than he was, that Nova was still flaming me, and Uther's just like, well, how do you think I feel? Like, I'm frustrated and it sucks, but let's not quit. Let's, do our best, and maybe something good will happen. And by the way, I had better stats than that Nova by the end of the game. So
I was gonna say, I guarantee your stats weren't even that bad anyway.
they really
so
weren't.
Nazebo is a bear late game.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Corey, when I'll stick up for you next time, I'm really good at getting under those people's skin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wanted to
I don't
quit.
want to take part in that shit anymore.
And then after that, like, being that I am, I didn't want to end on that note. So I played a quick match game, and our team rocked them, and it felt all right. But then I booted up Hearthstone and lost, like, 6 matches in a row. And I just had to sit.
Torturing yourself.
Yeah, I just had to sit in silence and stare out the window for 15
If only
minutes.
you had a PS4 to boot up Bloodborne thereafter
To die a few times.
to take another lashing.
No, you should. That's when you should have played Mario Kart.
Yeah, Dan's right. You should have popped on some Mario Kart on 50cc and just tear them up.
I wanted to play Final Fantasy VI on my phone, but I didn't have it installed.
Yeah.
What a bad day, Corey. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
I let it bother me for about 10 minutes, and then I moved on.
Yeah. Okay.
That Nova sucks, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't just that Nova. So many. I wanted to write down all their names. There should be a website where you can, like, list toxic
Start
players.
reporting all of them.
That's actually a good idea for a site.
Yeah.
It is. It's like the car complaints.
Yeah. You
Heroes
blacklist,
of the Storm complaints.
blacklist players.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you wonder, like, and I know it's still in beta, but there's got to be more effective matchmaking. And what game was it that after you played with somebody, you could pick whether you would play with them again?
I don't know.
There was I know what game you're saying. I can't think of it, though.
I want to say it was an Xbox game. Would you play with this player again? I don't remember.
You could go to somebody's profile on the 360 and like block them so you would never.
But there was a game that said, "Would you play with this person again?" And I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. But even something like that, like maybe it corrals all the asshole players into one area, or just a game mode that says, like, this is the I don't care game mode. I mean, I guess that's kind of quick match, but
Did I ever say my idea for what I think might work?
Say it and we'll tell you.
It, like, at the end of every game, you do a brief voting thing for somebody who is the best teammate and the worst teammate, and the worst teammate gets less experience, less Hero League stuff, and less gold.
I don't think that would stop anybody.
You don't think so?
No.
So, like, say you weren't getting any gold for any game, or you were hardly getting any Hero League
It would
experience.
stop me, but it's not going to stop that Nova that was bothering Corey.
I think it would to an extent.
I don't. Those people don't care about things like that.
Then why are they
Because
playing?
the one that I was playing against that I reported was telling everybody how he had a stim pack, so he didn't care. Like, it's just going to be like that. They don't care about stuff.
they're playing to criticize people,
Yeah, that's
not to
why
play the game.
They're getting their jollies by being a prick. We're getting our jollies by like playing a
Winning.
fun game, like
Winning too.
winning. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's a whole different mindset that we'll never know.
No, we
You're
won't.
right.
I would like to get inside the heads and see what's
don't.
going on. Just to see, like,
If I could get
From a
inside the
scientific
head and make
standpoint.
it explode, then I'm
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
I always feel bad after I'm mean to somebody too.
I don't. Not if they deserve it.
Well,
That's how I've always lived my life.
even when they do deserve it, like that Arthas who I said sucked, I kind of felt bad after. I have a soul, I guess.
I don't. Anyway, we should probably move on. From
Yeah.
here, else we get into this rabbit hole every week anymore.
We can talk about this when we do the release episode on Heroes of the Storm,
which
right?
nobody's gonna listen to now.
Yeah, Corey, you got to play it for that week.
You got to come back out of retirement,
I don't know. I'll play some AI.
Corey. Then
Matches.
you'll really get it with all the people
Oh,
bitching at all the noobs.
Well, that's the thing, because it's just going to get worse, because people are just going to get better, because I'm not going to play enough to keep up.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Plus, like, characters will change and
yeah.
maybe Gazebo will get nerfed.
the Nerf hammer.
Yeah.
Corey, do you look
Whatever.
up builds for your characters, or do you just pick them yourself?
It depends on the character. Like, I really like the Nazebo build that I have. It's,
Did you create that?
Yeah. But it is that way because that's what I like to play, and that's what I found to be most effective for what I like to do and have the most fun with for Nazebo. But like characters I don't play as often, I'll use a build. Even like my Muradin that I play is a build. But I tried it out and I really liked it and had fun with it, so I stuck with it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play something that's not fun just because somebody tells me I have to.
Yeah.
One of the things that kind of surprised me about the Heroes of the Dorm thing is this is the last thing we'll talk about with Heroes of the Storm, because you're right, we should probably move on.
Yeah.
Was how few characters that the players actually played as.
Yeah.
Like it seemed
There's a
like it was
select.
the same like 12 characters.
That's the issue too with it.
Right.
It's just everybody plays the same 12 characters.
Yeah,
It's
like
Jaina, Sylvanas,
Diablo,
Diablo, ETC,
ETC, yep. It was the
Bright-
same characters.
or like Brightwing.
Yep.
Vala,
Vala was there. I forgot the other healers that were there. Was Uther there? I don't remember. Rhaegar.
Yeah.
Falstad's usually in the mix.
Falstad was like one of the ones that came in kind of
Yeah.
randomly.
Oh, and
Yeah.
don't you dare pick the wrong character, because you'll get flamed. As soon as the match started, the first Hero League one I played, as soon as the match started, somebody started ripping into the other person because they picked... who'd they pick? Falstad, I think, as like the first pick. Or no, it was Sergeant Hammer.
At first pick.
Somebody
Well-
picked Sergeant Hammer for the first pick.
That's somebody's best character,
Yeah.
though.
No, yeah, sure.
Doesn't
Like,
matter, Will. It's not what some pro blogger wrote about. Never pick Sergeant Hammer first. I don't know. I'm just making that
That
up.
bothers me. If it's your best character, pick your best character. Like, whatever.
I can see that unless it's late in the picks and your team needs a tank. Should probably-
Definitely, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that. But if your first pick, like,
Yeah. Yeah, first pick should pick their best character.
people. God.
Not if it's Sergeant Hammer.
Did you have anything else you played?
No, Dan,
Okay.
that is it.
Corey, what do you got for us?
That's it.
Just
Well,
Heroes?
Yeah. Played
No
with
hard-
my emotions. That's it.
Okay, Will?
I got nothing really good.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to talk about.
Wait, have you played any more story seasons?
I
Just
mean,
a little bit.
I still haven't played a lot of it to really get into it. Basically, I got my own house now. I'm meeting some of the people in
Is
town.
it just like Harvest Moon?
Yeah, I don't know if you were here for when I talked about it. What happened is this is the Harvest Moon game, but there was issues with the naming of it, so they couldn't be a Harvest Moon game, so they had to change their name.
Okay.
So this is made by the same team.
Oh. alright.
Um,
So it is Harvest Moon.
it's Harvest Moon. It's not the Harvest Moon that came out for the 3DS isn't as good as Story of Seasons.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, it's gonna be an awesome game.
I
As I
gotta
said,
get it.
I'm only an hour in, and I'm basically like meeting everybody in town and getting I got a crappy house, and I want to make it look better.
Dumpy old thing.
It is a
Little
dump.
shack.
It is a shack, and it kind of bothered me that I got that dumpy of a house.
Did you purchase it?
No, the old lady who trained me gave it to me. I live right next door to her.
Did you say, well, do you have anything better, old lady?
I couldn't. They don't let you have any dialogue options. It's just like little
It's
music
like,
notes.
all right,
and-
cool, I'll live here.
It's like music notes and hearts that come out of your character when they're talking to you. It's like a one-sided conversation,
They come out your backside.
basically.
Yeah.
I was looking at the bachelorettes online. There's like 5, maybe.
Got your eye on one?
I haven't decided.
Yeah.
There's
What do you judge it off of? Like hair color?
looks.
Looks. All right.
There's one really rich girl who I moved her stuff around in her mansion because she thought
Marry
I was.
into money.
That was actually a thought, yeah.
Sure.
I figured she wouldn't want to live a farm life though, because obviously in that game they live with you because it's been like that for every game.
Yeah, you can't move into her mansion.
Exactly.
She moves into your shack.
Exactly.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
Well, if you are that charming,
That's
then
true.
good for you.
Yeah.
There's one girl, whenever she's with somebody, she always mentions, "Oh, we're not a couple, don't worry."
She's got issues, commitment issues.
And her name's Iris.
That's why she has commitment issues. She's a gypsy. Her
Um,
parents are a couple of hippies. That's why they named her Iris. Either that or they're Goo Goo
she's
Dolls
a
fans.
she's a writer. I'm
See,
gonna.
she is a gypsy.
I don't know. I kind of like the Goo Goo Dolls.
This game is
one
very
more.
stereotypical.
And then there's one that moves in like season 3. It goes. The seasons are like 4 different months, basically. Like one summer, one spring, one fall, one winter. So that the other ones I don't remember.
Cool.
But this game's gonna be fun. I can't wait to play. Like get into it.
Yeah, I want to get that game at some point, but I'm still like gonna go join that Gamers Club Unlock thing at Best Buy
Yeah.
one of these days.
I've
and
got to do that
That's
too.
$30. So.
Yeah.
I've got to pre-order Splatoon.
Oh, when does that
yeah.
come out?
End of May.
I gotta get Splatoon.
29th, 24th, 29th.
Cool.
I think it's 29th.
I think I'm gonna order my hard drive thing for my Wii U tomorrow.
What are you getting?
The
New hard drive?
Yeah, because I can't put anything on there, and I also need to get Tropical Freeze redeemed before that.
Oh yeah.
That
It's July 31st, I think, is the last day you can
well,
spend your
there
coins.
was a PSA on Destructoid today about that stuff. I didn't read it about getting your games like
Yeah.
by tomorrow. So
Shit.
I know.
That would suck if you missed it. You know, I missed out on Pokemon for free, right?
Yeah, you know, I should probably just go on my Wii U and clear space and redeem the code now.
Yeah,
You
because
can you can redeem the code and just download it later.
Okay, yeah, I'll
you don't
do
need
that.
to download it now.
Where do you do that on the Wii U?
It's in the eShop. There's
Yeah.
a little button on the bottom left-hand side of the eShop that says redeem code or something.
Oh,
They'll
okay.
because I got my gold reward from last year. I got Advance Wars
Oh, okay.
for the
That's supposed to be
Wii U.
good.
Yeah, for the Wii U. Unfortunately, it wasn't on 3DS. That'd be perfect for the 3DS, but I got the Wii U. But yeah, like you redeem it, and they'll email you a code, and you just enter that code.
Yeah,
I think, and then it'll tie it to your account.
Yeah, I got the code already. I just need to put it on my Wii U.
Oh yeah, you don't have to download it now. You just You just enter it.
I gotta do mine too.
Yeah, I have to use my coins still. Use my gold reward. I've got 710 coins I have to use.
I wonder how many I have.
I don't know.
Oh, look.
But
So-
I've kind of figured like I need more space on my Wii U more than I need space on my PlayStation 4 right now because Wii U, as I said, I can't even download any games. I had to delete Hyrule Warriors and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Mario Kart DLC is huge too. It's I think it's over 2 gigabytes
Yeah,
for the new pack and the 200cc upgrade.
And just Mewtwo is a lot on the Wii U. Like, I had to delete my Mario Kart data and my Hyrule Warriors. So I want to have all that on there because it's all games that I am going to be playing through.
Right.
I just don't have any room to have anything on there.
Gotcha.
Which I figured by now Nintendo would have a bigger hard drive.
Nope.
They don't like.
Well, we got the white one, right?
Yeah.
That was the one that didn't have very much hard drive space.
How many gigs?
It's only 8.
Dear God.
Yeah, and Hyrule Warriors for me, I think took up 4
That's
of it.
It's a huge game.
So,
Well, that's what we get for being early adopters, right?
no, I had the option to buy the black one, but the white one was cheaper, so that's what I got.
Okay. Well, the hard drives aren't that much money. You said
No,
50?
$50 for a 500 gigabyte external hard drive, probably.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, and that's plenty of space because the Wii U stuff doesn't take up as much space as stuff on the PS4. So
Yeah. You know what we didn't even cover?
what's that?
New Call of Duty.
Well, that's because none of us really care.
It looks like Titanfall.
It does,
We
right?
should cover it, but we're not going to.
I actually thought that to myself at home when I was looking for nibble bits.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this game.
Yeah, don't care.
If you're interested in the new Call of Duty, look at Advanced Warfare Titanfall. And that's your next Call of Duty.
Yeah,
That's it for me.
more of the same.
Yep.
For me, I played a little more Pillars of Eternity. I still love that game. Nothing to report on it. But I also played a lot of Mario Kart 8 online. So I can talk about that because I didn't really talk about that before. I mostly did really well, but today I played. I was in a group of people who I think I talked about this a few weeks ago, but it was the type of situation where if you were in first or second and you got hit by a shell, everyone was so close that you would be in eighth, like automatically, because
That's a
people were
bastard.
so close together. It's fun though because it really tests your both offensive and defensive skills while you're driving. Like it's good practice for multiplayer online because yeah, I mean I had some matches where I was in like second the whole time and I got hit by something and then hit by another thing and I was in 12th place all of a sudden and I'm like god dang it. But while that's really fun, it's also very very frustrating.
Yeah,
So-
you just want to throw something when that
Oh,
happens.
I slammed the controller down on the couch. That's how angry I got at one of the matches, and I never do that.
Mario Kart is a rage simulator
Yeah, it
in many
does.
ways.
But I was like, I can't stop playing, so I played a few more matches.
It's weird that this Nintendo racing game gets you so furious
I know.
at times.
It's so good though,
Oh, it's great.
so good. So that's all I played. We'll take a quick break and be back with feedback, roundtable, and question of the week right after this. I gotta pee again.
Guys, can you help me pick my gold gift? I'm not overwhelmed by any of my
I know.
choices.
I know. If I had platinum, I'd be all set because I'd get
Dude,
Mario
oh.
Kart 7.
Oh, really? See, I would have gone Tropical
Freeze. Yeah.
At work,
I should have just shelled out for another 3DS game.
Yeah.
I
I have
was
the coins.
I was talking to Lucas when I was doing load yesterday, and he was talking about how crappy the gold games are.
They're bad.
Yeah, he's like, I should have just. He said, I wish I spent a little bit more money.
I
and
was
able to get
this
something.
close. Like, this close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck, like, look how much better those games are.
I had a hard time between Donkey Kong, Punch Out, Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
Nah, not Poncho. Like, look at this.
What
I mean, really?
What did Lucas end up getting? I don't remember.
Should I get Oracle of whatever?
I think that's
Zelda?
what he ended up getting.
I thought Advance Wars too. Or Metroid Fusion. I've never played any Metroid. Well, I've played a little Metroid, but I don't know. I always feel like I've missed out on all that. Metroid Fusion's got a 92.
It sucks we don't have Corey anymore for Heroes.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
He's gonna keep playing.
He doesn't have that heart of a warrior like we do.
No, you just gotta be mean back, man. Sometimes.
Do I need this game? Came out in 2002.
Looks like you might, because it looks like it's got a good score.
Check Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Or forget.
Uh huh.
Don't forget you'll want to get the CPU cooler.
I already got it.
Oh, you ordered it?
Yep.
Oh, is that coming with your video card?
Yep.
Oh, I'll put that in too if I get. See that takes a little bit longer.
Dan, is Advance Wars a Game Boy Advance game?
Yeah.
how much longer? Just curious.
What time are you dropping this stuff? It's supposed to come Friday.
Friday. Let me look real quick to make sure it got shipped with all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Just let me know what time you're gonna drop it off, and I should be able to do it.
If you,
But that's a little more complicated of a. Although with your case, I can take off the back panel, and it's easier than it was in my case.
Wow, my phone's already at 61% just from that little charge.
Is Advance Wars a strategy?
Yeah. Yep. It's supposed to be really, really good.
It's got a 92 Metascore.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at either that or Metroid Fusion.
Uh huh.
Do you know what Metroid Fusion is like?
It's like the old Metroid games. I think maybe it's like Metroid 1 and 2, or I don't know. I wish I could have gotten Advance Wars on the 3DS though.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
CPU cooler, CM, $34.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I just took the exact name, punched in a new egg, clicked the first one.
Gotcha.
So I hope I got the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah. Cooler
Axiom
Master
Verge.
Hyper 212 Evo or whatever.
Sounds right. Either way, I can just click it.
Yeah, because those stock CPU coolers, are crap.
Yeah, and mine's stock.
You should have seen how filled with dust that was when I moved your motherboard into the new case.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
It was
'cause
awful.
It's never been cleaned, other than when you put in the new motherboard.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awful. That's why your computer was so loud. It was that fan
I was wondering.
that sounded like a jet plane.
It sounded like it was gonna blow up
Yeah.
a couple times, so I turned it off because I was like, I can't lose this thing.
Yeah.
Cooler Master Hyper.
It's quiet now though, right?
Yeah, it's a lot quieter.
Yeah.
212 Evo CPU cooler with.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got the right one then.
Yep.
So like as I said, I'll just bring it over. I'll let you know when I get it.
I should be able to get it in. Like you said, it's easier in your case because it's so much bigger. Than my case is small.
I can just run to GameStop too after I drop it off and do something because I always like to buy a game
Yeah.
when I get a big paycheck.
I don't blame you.
What are you gonna get?
I really want to play DMC.
Oh, yeah. Then I can borrow it when you're done.
I
Sounds great.
Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna get that next. I really wanted to play it.
have that on my wish list on Steam. I keep hoping it goes on sale.
I also want to get Assassin's Creed Rogue,
Oh yeah.
but I'm gonna wait for a sale on that.
Get it on PC.
Yeah, I'm planning on getting it for PC.
Yeah, because it goes on sale on PC a lot. I feel like.
Rogue?
Yeah.
You won't be able to share it though.
Fuck Assassin's Creed.
Well, it's only because it's Uplay.
Because I went to go download Watch Dogs again just to see how it was, and it wasn't there.
I will play through Watch Dogs at some point this year.
I liked Watch Dogs.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Yeah.
I thought it was decent.
I
Super Mario Brothers 3 for the 3DS. That doesn't sound terrible.
no.
Have you ever played any of these Legend of Zelda games? Oracle of Ages or Oracle of Seasons?
No. I wanted to get those back in the day for Game Boy Advance, but I never did.
Corey?
Yeah, I think I played them a little bit. Way back when.
Yeah, mine
Honestly,
was between Advance Wars and those Legend of Zelda games. Because I have all the Marios on the Wii U,
Yeah,
so I didn't need that on 3DS too.
I might just go for Advance Wars.
I don't know if I'll ever play it, but at least I cleaned my code
Yeah.
or claimed my game.
And I only have 50 coins. I must have spent all my coins on something.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, was it the Smash Brothers poster?
No. I didn't get enough coins for that. Did I get that?
Can you get Smash Brothers something?
No. I think I used it for games.
I'll say I hope someone didn't steal your Nintendo coins.
No, I got some games. I don't remember what they were.
Alright, I'm good.
Sounds good.
Secure connection failed. What? You better fucking send me my email with my code, you piece of shit, Nintendo.
Eric, it definitely didn't. I tried to do that the day that Mewtwo got put out. So, like, the site was mobbed.
Yeah. They better get their shit together over there.
8 updates, huh?
I hope the new Nintendo thing's better.
Where's my code, Nintendo?
I seem to remember taking like 5 or 10 minutes.
I mean, they sent me another one too. Like, just on the screen, I'll stick a picture of it just in case. Stupid Nintendo. Dummies.
Did Tampa end up winning?
Let's look.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Good, now Mike Babcock can go join the Sabres.
Oh, did Tampa Bay win?
Yeah. I think they give the best shot of being Montreal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly surprised Detroit did as well as they did.
They really did.
It's because of Mrazek.
Who would have one bad game and shut out Tampa in the next game?
Yeah.
Who's the highest scoring team?
Yeah. Tyler Johnson, though, he was the difference maker in that series.
He is unbelievable.
Yeah, I had him on my fantasy team this year. He was
He-
really good until the end. He got hurt.
Yeah. Just every game I watch him, I'm like, he's so good.
Yeah,
Who does he play for?
Tampa Bay.
That second line they have is crazy.
Dan, how long are we at?
I don't know exactly. Probably about 2 hours.
Do you want to skip the round table?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I gotta work at 8.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Maybe we'll cover it next week.
All right.
As long as we remember. That's going to be the key.
That's the key.
Yeah. All right, shall we? Yeah. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. No, hang on. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 196 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in our feedback segment. We decided just 20 seconds ago that we're gonna delay our roundtable. It's getting a little late tonight, so we're gonna delay our roundtable. We were just gonna talk about Kojima and the Konami situation. So we'll get into
Debacle.
that. Yeah, we'll get into that next week. In order to save time, we're also running up against the bandwidth cap, so it's probably better that we don't have it anyway. I might end up not uploading this episode right away, depending on how big it is when I get done compressing it. So here we go. Feedback. Twitter, Valerie in Illinois says, what is everyone's Hearthstone email so we can be friends?
I don't know, but
You don't remember what email you used? You could just send your friend ID or your Blizzard ID to her.
I'll get my Blizzard ID and I'll send it. I'll send you like a direct message or whatever
Okay.
on Facebook or Twitter.
Yeah. Will and Corey, I'm assuming we'll do the same. I'm out of Hearthstone, so
I'd have to give it to like Eric to give to her too.
oh, you don't have social media. Just
That's
use
fine.
the Thumbstick Athlete social media. Or yeah, Eric could just get your friend ID and send it to her.
That's
too.
what-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do that too.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and Corey can send you his too.
Corey's eating popcorn on mute, so
Oh,
Bear
okay.
with.
Gotcha. Michael Minnesota says listening to TS Athletes at work makes for a pretty good Friday morning, and that's why we like our schedule. Actually, Corey was big on having our podcast come out or recording on Thursday and have the episode be available for Friday. Just because it's a good day to have a video game podcast come out. So glad you like having it for Friday morning. And what you mentioned?
Corey's still gnawing on popcorn or whatever
popcorn?
he's got.
It's actually Aldi crackers.
Nice.
Oh, is it the Aldi saltine?
No, it's their like Triscuits.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
How are they? All right.
They're pretty good. I'm dipping them in hummus.
Oh, nice.
Oh man,
We haven't been grocery shopping in a while, so
Oh, you should see my refrigerator has never been so bare.
Yeah,
We have
mine
not
was-
had time to grocery shop. I've been coming up with the most creative ways to use random shit I have laying around my house for all meals. It's crazy.
Nice. It's resourceful. Is
Oh
what
yeah,
it is.
definitely.
I had to do. We budget ourselves each month, and we have a set amount for groceries, and we use cash for it. And we were down to our last $20, and we literally have like nothing
Yeah.
in the house to eat. Well, in the refrigerator, no fresh food. I
Right,
should say.
right.
So I took that last 20. The $20 actually went pretty far for my produce. I got broccoli, I got squash, strawberries, bananas, salad.
It's not too shabby.
No, not bad
It's a
at
decent
all.
amount of food.
Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent produce.
Shopping tips from Eric.
Facebook feedback from Travis says, "Hey athletes, I'm super excited about Battlefront. I just hope EA and DICE take the time necessary to make the game the right way. I didn't have any issues with Hardline not working, so hopefully that is a good sign. I don't think I can take another broken game release. I've already decided to stop all pre-orders. I'm tired of spending money on games that don't work. I'm actually really excited about everything Star Wars at the moment. Have any of you watched Star Wars Rebels yet? The first season was really good, and the characters they are bringing into season 2 will really tie Rebels to Clone Wars and the OT. I'd highly recommend it. The one thing I'm really hoping Disney does is make some Star Wars animated movies in the style of the Old Republic animated trailers." So Travis is cautiously optimistic about Battlefront. Well, he's super excited about Battlefront, but cautiously optimistic at the same time.
I mean, I'm excited about Battlefront. I'm a little bit burnt out on the online shooter,
Yeah.
although I've been reading a lot about the new Destiny expansion, and it's
Oh.
kind of made me want to get it again.
Okay.
Oh, did I mention that I bought Destiny again?
You
Did you?
did?
Yeah, I ended up buying it again.
For what?
It was like 30 on Amazon.
No, but for what though?
Oh, PS4.
Now I have to get it. Why didn't you tell me?
I just remembered. I forget, like, because I buy things randomly when I see, like, a decent sale, and it was, like, 35, and I was like, oh,
Mhm.
I'll do it. And I'm going to get the expansions because
Well, you have to.
I need content.
Yeah. Oh, see, now I gotta get it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, but
Are you gonna want to play instead of Bloodborne though?
who cares?
It depends.
At some point.
If Will's on and playing Destiny, you're gonna play Destiny.
Yeah,
right?
sure. But Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I think Dice is gonna do a good job with that. I really do.
I didn't have any issues with Hardline either.
Yeah,
So hopefully, like he said, that's a good sign.
yeah. They've learned their lesson from Battlefield 4.
I'm glad that the lack of campaign doesn't have Travis down.
Yeah, I'm honestly fine with that too.
Like, were the
And I'm more of a-
campaigns weren't even.
No, they weren't good, and I'm more of a single player gamer anyway. But that's a game where I feel like you got to play with other people. You know.
Yeah, the actual gameplay of it is going to be great because DICE does a good job with Battlefield.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about the actual game.
Right.
People are going to hate it for no reason.
Yeah. He doesn't think he can take another broken game release.
But I
True dat.
hear that.
True dat. Gonna stop pre-ordering games. I've already kind of done that. The games I pre-order are the games that I'm gonna buy, even if they get bad reviews. They're just games I have to play. The Witcher being one of them. The Witcher 3. If it comes out and it gets 5s, I was still gonna play it no matter what. You know, so that doesn't matter to me. So there's the games that I'm gonna pre-order are games I'm gonna buy. Like I said, no matter what, bad review scores, whatever.
The only reason for me is with that Gamers Club Unlocked,
Yeah,
for the big releases, you get a $10 credit on them
yeah.
if you pre-order them.
Best Buy also doesn't usually have a ton of copies of those games, so if it's something you want, you should
Yeah.
at least pre-order it.
Yeah.
And then I think always if you decide you don't want it, you could just not
Just
buy it.
cancel it, yeah.
So, has anyone watched Star Wars Rebels?
No, but I've been seeing things about it, and I was
Yeah.
wondering what it was.
I don't know. I'm a little because there's the Clone Wars, which is the animated show. I have not. Which I've watched a little bit of, and it's actually really good. I have not seen anything about Star Wars Rebels yet.
Corey?
Nothing at all.
I know very little about it. It's another animated series, correct?
Yes, it is. And he says it's tie Rebels into the Clone Wars
Okay.
in the original trilogy.
It's canon. It's new canon. I can
Yeah.
tell you that.
17 years after Episode 3
Okay.
and 5 years before Episode 4.
Okay. So it's in between
Hmm.
to kind of tie in the what's it on?
What channel?
Channel wise, yeah.
Disney Channel.
Okay, that makes sense. It being a Disney product. And then he says the one thing I'm hoping Disney does is make Star Wars animated movies in the style of the Old Republic animated trailers. How awesome would that be? Remember how good those trailers were for the Old Republic?
Yeah.
There's that one where they have the fight in the Jedi Temple,
Oh, yeah, those were fantastic.
weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
How awesome would that be if they made an animated movie like
Yeah.
that?
That's the best part of that game.
I agree.
Yeah, you
I
know
mean,
what? Corey's right.
It was a decent story-driven MMORPG, but you're absolutely right. Those trailers were fantastic.
They
all of them.
really were. I remember that one you were talking about, Dan. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Good stuff. That's a great idea, Travis.
Game wasn't that bad.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. Corey's just being a troll.
It was a funny comment.
I don't know. I played it a couple months ago
Yeah.
for like
Yeah, but-
5 minutes.
I've done the same. Not a few months ago, but I think maybe over the summer last year, I downloaded it and played it for 10 minutes. The problem was I had no idea what I was doing or where I was in my story for my
Yeah.
character.
That doesn't help.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think I've ever played that on my. Well, I did a couple months ago when I booted it up, but when I first played it, it was on my laptop.
Yep, same here. And I was
So-
getting like 12 frames per second.
too,
or,
actually.
or 15 frames per second.
Yeah.
It was terrible,
Mhm.
but I could never do that now. I would flip shit.
That was back when we all were just starting to get into the PC stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I couldn't do that. There's no way.
No,
I don't know how I did it.
yeah, right.
Spoiled.
We were all playing on our crappy laptops, right?
Yep.
Wow.
We were real.
Back when we were real. That's right. Ryan in Michigan says, kind of random because I'm a few episodes behind, but I have to chime in. In your feedback section, listener Rachel asked for suggestions for an open world game with a nice environment. I must suggest Red Dead Redemption. I know you aren't fans, or all aren't fans, but in my opinion, Red Dead Redemption is an amazing example of a sandbox game. And Rachel mentioned hunting. This game has all kinds of hunting. That's all I'll carry on. He's absolutely right. Like, even though I didn't like that game, I still would recommend it to everyone because it's so universally loved. I know I'm an outlier and that I didn't really care for it, but Corey, you didn't play that much Red Dead, right? I know it bricked your Xbox twice.
I got to, what was it, Mexico?
Yeah. That's where the game really got bad for me.
Yeah, when it did Red Ring me twice. I was right at that point where I was starting to be like, I don't know about this game anymore.
Yeah.
I want to go back and revisit it. I hope they do a PC release. They should.
Yeah, they should.
Soon.
Yeah.
I would buy it just to play through it again. But yeah, I was just indifferent.
Yeah.
Although I love westerns and cowboys.
I do too, and I have never played that game.
You should play it because you might
I
love
have
it.
nothing to play it on.
That's true.
I still have an Xbox. I should just buy it again.
Yeah,
It's probably not very expensive.
Oh, you're right. Let
right,
me
$20. Greatest tip.
see. That might be fun to play this summer.
Will, did you ever play Red Dead?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I played it on. Maybe no, it wasn't Corey's. I borrowed the game from Corey when his Xbox ate it,
Yeah.
and I played it and got very bored very quickly.
Yeah.
But you guys, I mean, everybody who listens knows my dislike for Rockstar games.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a bias.
Yeah. That is a good recommend, definitely. Yeah. I would recommend that to most people, like I said, even though I didn't care for it.
That's like me with Shadow
So
of Mordor.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was a lack of depth in Red Dead that kind of I didn't like about it. So, but
Yeah.
that's just my 2 cents.
Well, Amazon has just the base game for $14.79, or I can get the Game of the Year edition for $23.64.
What's in the game of the probably DLC?
On
right?
the DLC.
Yeah, just splurge.
Spoil yourself, Corey.
Splurge that extra $6 or $7 or whatever it is.
You think?
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, why not? If you're gonna buy that game this many years later,
I wonder how it holds up.
Probably great.
Yeah.
Came out October 2011.
You're right. That they should come up. That should be on PC. It really should. October 2011,
that's not that.
or was that just the Game of the Year edition? There's no way that came out after we started this podcast.
2010.
Okay, I was gonna say.
May 2010 was the original game.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Email Idaho Jake says, "Sorry guys, I missed the last podcast. Hockey and Skyrim had me by the balls. Now that there's only one game left, who are you guys rooting for in round 2? I'm interested in hearing what you guys thought about paying for mods, and did Valve do it wrong? I say it is bad to pay for mods just because not all mods work together, and you sometimes have to try mods out first. I wouldn't want to pay for something that I can't use, and were they offering refunds if the mod didn't work? I think they should have offered a donation type pay for mods. If you really like the mod, you can donate what you think the mod is worth. Like the Worm's Tooth mod, I would donate to that because it is well done. I read on IGN or Game Informer that the map of The Witcher is like GTA 5 meets Game of Thrones, which tells me amazing things await. Man, May 19th can't come fast enough. I like it. Will be the game that I like that it will be the game that takes me away from Skyrim. So, Who are we rooting for in the second round of the playoffs? Obviously, you guys are rooting for the Rangers. They moved on, right?
Yeah.
I think the team I'm going to root for in the Western Conference is the Flames. I really like a lot of their players. They really kicked the crap out of the Vancouver Canucks, which I liked.
Yep.
That's going to be. They're going to have a tough matchup against the Ducks, but I think they can do it. They're resilient enough and have enough physical players that they might be able to handle the Ducks. It's a tough matchup though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Flames, Wild, Rangers, Lightning.
Yeah.
I'm 100% in agreement with Will.
Yeah.
Overall,
I'm about the same.
I'm rooting for the Wild.
The Wild.
Me too.
Well, you're
Palmerville.
rooting for the Rangers.
Yeah, but Wild are my girlfriend team.
Yeah.
So
Palmerville, right?
Yeah, Palmerville.
Yeah.
Plus,
Parise and
I
Suter are
like
American.
Minnesota as a city. I don't know. I don't have any reason to.
I'm the same exact way.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
I don't know. Something about it.
Has an allure for whatever reason.
Duluth.
Yeah, it's hockey country of the U.S.
Yeah, Ryan Miller's from there.
Yeah.
A lot of our good players are from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. That's where a lot of
New York.
There's a few from New York, yeah. Yeah.
Patty Kane.
Kane.
Oh,
Kaner.
someone asked Butchergross how many years till Pat Kane is a Sabre. He said 3 to 5 years. Pat Kane will be a Sabre.
Why did he say that?
I don't know. A salary cap issues maybe with Chicago.
Well, by then, who cares?
I
How
don't know.
old is he?
He's not that old.
26.
That's. If it's 3 years, okay. If it's 5 years, then I don't care.
Yeah. Well, they were. I was reading a thing on Sidney Crosby about how much his production has gone downhill. It was about the whole Connor McDavid thing and whether or not they think Edmonton would trade the first pick for Sidney Crosby, and everyone's like, no, you don't do that. You're not gonna. He's kind of past his prime.
Silly talk.
Yeah. So, and how his production's gone down by quite a bit.
I think everybody's in the NHL has, really.
Yeah,
7 points was the most this year.
Yeah,
It's not a lot.
No,
at all,
it's not.
Which is
that's
surprising.
the worst probably in years.
I mean, you got Jamie Benn leading, which nobody would ever think.
No, that was really cool though because he was a few points behind Tavares.
Yeah.
Dallas played Nashville the last game of the season, and that's where he got 4 points to take the lead. They were tied, and Jamie Benn got an assist on a goal that happened like 5 seconds before the buzzer to take the lead over John Tavares.
Wow.
So even though it was against my team, I was like, that's really cool though to see that.
And you
That was
can't,
neat.
like, everybody likes Jamie Benn. There's
I
no
like
reason
Jamie
to
Benn,
hate
yeah.
Jamie Benn.
No, he's just a great hard
Well,
player.
Tavares is pretty likable.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
I like him too. I'm an Islander I always really liked.
I was rooting for the Islanders overall,
Right.
but
That was disappointing to see them
They got
bow
too beat
out.
up. That's what happened.
yeah, Wisnowski's dead, isn't he?
I was just going to say
Wisnowski's dead. There was another one that
Calvin
was dead.
DeHaan.
Dahan.
Mhm.
Yeah, dead.
Well, I
Crushed.
felt terrible for Wisnowski, though. Dear God.
I thought his head was going to pop off.
That was one of the worst, whatever, roughest hits that I've seen.
Yeah.
And Tom Wilson laid it, who's a big D-bag.
Yeah, he's a prick. You can tell.
Yep.
Kind of guy you hope John Scott gets his hands around one day.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a good thumping.
Yep. What about you, Corey? Who are you rooting for?
Same as Will.
Unanimous here.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're all leaning towards having different teams in the playoffs other than the Rangers,
Yeah.
Well, I certainly don't want the Canadians to win.
Oh, God.
No to the Canadians. No Blackhawks.
Sick of the Blackhawks. I don't care about the Ducks and the Flames. There's somebody in the Ducks I don't like, I think.
Corey Perry?
Getzlaf?
Getzlaf. That's why I'm not rooting for the Ducks.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
I don't know if I can name one player on the Calgary Flames. Does Renee Bork play for them?
Not anymore.
Not
no.
anymore, yeah.
I got nothing.
Jonas Hiller.
Wait, I thought he was on the Ducks.
No,
Not
he's
anymore.
He's a flame.
Man,
flame
Trying
boy.
to shut his old team down,
Yes,
huh?
he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that angle of it.
I guess he wanted to get traded from
Does
there
Glenn
for a
Cross
while.
still play for the Flames?
No, he plays for the
Caps.
Capitals.
I got nothing. I got nobody.
Johnny Gaudreau? No.
Nope.
He's a rookie sensation.
Yuri Hoodler.
I didn't know he played for them.
He had 74 points
He
or
was up
something
there.
crazy like that this year.
He's old, isn't he?
Yeah, he's probably close to 30, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, huh?
Yeah.
The Flames still have the old magic in them.
I hope so.
Same with the Wild.
I don't want to see Getzloff's shit-eating puss on my television screen.
Yeah.
Bad hair.
And not only do they have
He got bad lettuce.
Oh, yeah.
not only do they have Getzloff and Perry that are hard to play against, but on their second line they have Kessler as their center. So
God.
You know who else? What's his name? He's a young guy. And remember when the World Juniors were in Buffalo?
Emerson Edom.
Does he play for them?
Yeah.
He plays.
Fuck him too.
Yeah.
He talked down about Buffalo, and ever since then I've always hated him too.
Yep.
Yeah, and the junior team he played for was some dumpy town, too.
Medicine Hat.
Exactly.
Oh, the Medicine Hat Tigers.
Yeah, that's who
Yeah.
he played for.
Nice. Okay.
I don't know why I remember stupid shit like that.
I was just going to say Medicine Hat, but you beat me to it.
Yeah.
We talked about the mods, the Valve
Yeah.
mod thing.
Witcher 3.
Witcher 3, yeah, the map is supposed to be absolutely enormous. I actually watched maybe 5 or 10 minute video of the game.
Which you don't usually do.
No, I don't, but I just had to watch it. It was they didn't really show anything. It was just Geralt like riding around on a horse and walking around in a village.
Which I honestly feel like that's going to be a lot of the game.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I liked about Dragon Age too. You know, I just like exploring. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even looking forward to it.
no,
Really? Weren't you excited before?
Not really.
yeah. I mean, you haven't played the other games in the series, so
Yeah, but even just that kind of game is just, I don't know.
The
It's not doing it for me.
The Witcher. Oh, did you play The Witcher 2?
A little bit.
A little bit.
It was
yeah.
okay.
It wasn't very long. It was only like 24 hours.
I didn't think it controlled very well.
No, I haven't. It's been a long time since I played it. I don't recall.
There's a little jank to it.
I think I played it was like 2 years ago. I played it last.
It's been a while.
So
Just 200 hours of content doesn't sound fun to me.
Yeah.
It sounds like a job.
I'm salivating over that
Oh.
much content.
Fuck that.
Well, I mean, it's not 200-hour main story, is it?
No, I
No,
think
it's
I think they said like 40
Yeah.
hours, which is
I thought it was 30.
average.
I know, but even just like that big of a map, it's just like, at what point do we stop with that? At what point does the map too fucking big?
Never, probably.
I think this is it. This is the point. Witcher 3. Stop. It's too much.
I'm excited for the big map.
Yeah.
I can't wait to sail. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably going to get it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to.
It's a huge release.
It's a big release. The sailing is a draw for me after Assassin's Creed Black Flag,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't want to get it.
It's just going to happen.
But yeah, it's going to happen.
Corey, Witcher 3.
Oh yeah. We were actually chatting about it earlier in the chat for the stream.
Okay.
Corey's balls are tingling.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I just need that after my experience today.
Has my chat not been refreshing?
I was wondering why nobody was saying when we had like 12 people in there.
I guess not.
Were there trolls in the chat?
I think it's like a Twitch raid or something like that. Like some porno website linked to us. Well, they said it linked to us. And then
Okay.
they said there was a door giveaway, and then we had like 15 people all tuned in at once asking about the door giveaway.
Okay, I wondered what was going on there because I
It's just
some of the names in there. I was like, we're probably getting trolled here shortly, but nothing happened. I was like, oh, weird.
well, that's because I started banning everybody.
Oh,
Never a dull moment in the Thumbstick Athletes Twitch chat.
I only picked up 3 new favorites.
And it was right when I was talking about something, and it was really throwing me off. I can't remember what I was talking about. What were we just talking about?
Witcher 3.
and
Witcher
Hype.
3. Yeah, I
3
can't
weeks.
wait.
That oversized mess.
It's fine. Like I'm okay with a huge map as long as it's
Filled with
worthwhile
stuff to do?
worthwhile content. Yeah, I mean,
Do you think it will be?
I hope so. Just based on
That's what you hoped.
the past Witcher games, they did a really good job of not over bloating things with, boring content and fetch quests and stuff like that. Like every little quest was meaningful and had a story progression to it. It wasn't just like, oh, run out and slay 10 hogs and bring me their pelts.
Well, one of the and like you talked about with Dragon Age and all the side stuff didn't really have that much effect on the game world.
Yeah.
Whereas it seems like, at least from what we've seen and heard so far, and past experiences from CD Projekt Red, is that like even the side missions will have the whole Shades of Grey thing. Like, you don't know how this event is going to affect later events in the game, or if it does, it might not. But there's still like the gray morality type of thing to it that wasn't there in Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, I mean, everything you did in The Witcher 1 and 2 played into the main story in some way, shape or form.
So that's what we're hoping for, not inane. I mean, I never minded all the side stuff. I mean, it was ultimately a little bit disappointing that it didn't have the effect that I wanted, but
even the main stuff didn't seem to have the effect that I wanted.
Right. But I still like side stuff.
Yeah, no, and that's I mean, my beef with it, and I think I talked about it when I talked at length about Dragon Age Inquisition, was that it's the OCD part of me that forces me to do those things, and I end up hating it. Yeah. And it's just something I can't avoid.
Yeah.
But like I said, like the past 2 Witcher games were really good about not bloating the game. So hopefully this one is the same way. And after reading the first book in the series, like if this is like the Wild Hunt, like the game is subtitled, I think it should be pretty awesome.
Nice. Okay.
I hope I like it. The other part of me not wanting to get it is Bloodborne.
Yeah. Which you still got a while to go on.
Yeah.
And Heroes
and Heroes. Rocket League now.
Yeah.
I just don't need any games.
Yeah. I'm struggling with the length of the RPGs that I have going too.
But I also don't want to miss out on the chat
conversation.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to be the one that's sitting here with my thumb up my ass while you guys are talking about how awesome it is.
Yeah.
It could suck.
I doubt it's gonna suck. That'd suck, huh?
Yeah.
If that game sucked, like how disappointed is ever? Because honestly, look past that. What's coming out?
Batman.
Call of Duty.
As big of a fan of the Batman games as I am, I'm still not like, geez, I need this game.
Right. I'm undecided on Batman too.
I'm gonna get it because I loved City and Asylum.
Yeah.
Battlefront is the only other thing we have to look forward to as of right now, right?
What is it, Battlefront?
That has a release date.
Yeah.
I don't even really care about that. I know I'm in the minority. Like, you're right, Eric, and I hope The Witcher is good because there's nothing for me to look forward to.
That's why I was wondering what these other games you were gonna play were when you were talking about Heroes.
I mean, I still got Pillars of Eternity. Red Dead Redemption, I guess.
Yeah, like you're going back 5 years to play something else because this year blows. It's shaping up to be like last year. At least we got Bloodborne this year.
Yeah, I kind of hope actually that the summer doesn't have a lot coming out because I have a lot of games that I want to go back and play.
Yeah.
And have time to do it. So, really hoping that it's a lean summer for game releases.
Yeah, I've got a lot of, like, as much as I like indie games and small games, I have a lot of them on my PS4 right now that I just might never play.
Yeah.
Although Never Alone is sitting there, and I do want to play that one.
Right.
Oh, I gotta download that fast.
Like,
tomorrow.
Tonight. Yeah. No, they don't update till the first Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
So you're okay. Well,
till next week.
Soon.
I let my PS Plus run out.
My Xbox Live is up this month. I'm going to renew, though, because I play FIFA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that's it for feedback, right? Yeah. So thanks, everybody, for feedback. Question of the week. Corey, what do you got for question of the week?
The question of this week, which athlete is totally wrong for the cover of their sports video game?
Right. And the first one, question of the week answer from Travis. I think after this week, John Jones, I think after the week John Jones had this week, it probably wouldn't be the smartest thing to put him on the cover of the next UFC game. However, he would probably fit on the cover of High Times.
Should we give some information just for those that may not be in the know on him?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I know is because he's from this area. So otherwise, I wouldn't care because I don't watch UFC or like it. So but go ahead.
John Jones, he's had a bit of a checkered past as of late, and he really topped it off this time by getting into a car accident, fleeing the scene, and then cocaine was found at the car. This is after he had checked himself into rehab fairly recently and checked himself back out a day later.
Yeah.
He got better.
Also after he wrapped his Bentley around a pole
Here
at home in Binghamton after a night of drinking and being out with a woman that was not his woman.
Yeah. I guess the woman he hit, too, was a pregnant woman.
That was a rumor. Did that get confirmed?
I don't know. That's what I heard, and that she had a broken arm from the accident.
Jeez.
Really? That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, just what a tremendous waste of talent.
Yeah.
He
No
is
kidding.
literally perfect for fighting.
Yeah.
Like, the way he's built.
Like Michael Phelps is for swimming. Like, kind of like that. Just the perfect build for
Yeah,
it.
the prototypical person for that sport.
Perfect
Oh
body.
my God. No, but really, I mean, all kidding aside, he really does.
Yeah.
And it's just such a waste, and you hate to see anybody just shit the bed like that in life.
He's
Yeah.
gonna go back to rehab, get himself cleaned up.
He got stripped of the title. Did you see that?
No, I
He
didn't.
got stripped of the title, and he has been suspended indefinitely,
Wow.
which is good.
He should face punishment. I mean,
I think he needs it.
Yeah, there's no reason. They shouldn't
Cater to him.
shouldn't- Yeah, exactly.
No,
They need to
UFC's
send a
big
message.
enough that they don't need to do that.
They need to send a message and let him know that's not okay.
Yeah, I'm glad to see his brothers haven't gone down that same path.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, they both play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but what are you gonna do? I mean, he's got to get his shit together.
Yeah.
He's got 3 kids too. At least I think
Yeah.
he's got 3 kids. I don't know.
That's too bad. Idaho Jake says, I would say Aaron Hernandez, unless it's a mobile game called Escape. Also, from all the stuff that has gone on with UFC fighter John Bones Jones, he would be better on the cover of the next Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
I think you guys nailed it.
Yeah, definitely.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
No, I didn't even, that never crossed my mind at all.
I didn't know what the question of the week was because I
Right.
didn't get that far when I listened to the.
Right. All right, Corey.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Who do you got?
I got a few. I cheated a little bit. So I'll just throw these at you. Chad Johnson's Major League Soccer 16.
Uh-huh.
Do you know he played Major League Soccer?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Actually, play?
Did he try out?
I think it was just a tryout, like exhibition thing.
Oh, Cinco?
Yeah. After he left the NFL.
What team was it for?
I don't remember. I really don't. I was reading about him today. How about this one? Ty Domi's Canadian Football League, 1997. He was a kicker for the Toronto Argonauts.
Was he really?
Was he really?
After he sucker punched Alf Samuelson and got suspended.
Took to kicking?
Yeah, in the offseason, he was a kicker for the Toronto Argonauts. Apparently did a terrible job.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's specialized. You think you just go up there and kick a football, but it's different than that.
And
I also love that he punched Ulf Samuelson
sucker punched him.
just because his name is Ulf.
He's a Rangers defenseman coach now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on the Rangers coaching staff.
Nice.
Jose Canseco, MMA 09. Apparently he had one MMA fight, got the crap beat out of him.
Sure he did. That's another one that you'd think like, oh, he's a pretty big dude. He could probably hold his own. No, there's
No.
quite skill involved in that.
There's a difference between hitting home runs and juicing
Hitting dudes.
and then hitting dudes.
Yeah. Getting hit by dudes.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
Attach that. You could attach Michael Jordan MLB circa
Yes.
whatever year he tried out for that mess.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Michael Jordan minor leagues, 98.
Michael Jordan double A ball.
Double A ball, 90.
Yeah.
You can throw that in the mix, yeah.
Okay. You got anything, Will?
With his recent crime past, Jarrett Stoll's deserving of something.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the guy? Didn't Danny Heatley try to kill somebody with his
Danny?
car?
He did.
did.
He got in a car accident.
Vehicular manslaughter.
Yep.
Throw him in there.
Killed some Dan Snyder. That was that.
He'd
what
fit
his
on
name was.
Grand Theft Auto too. Then.
Who killed Valery Kaminsky? Or did he kill himself from driving?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I wasn't aware he perished in a car accident. Former Ranger back in the day.
Oh boy, yeah.
We got to look that up.
I guess.
Are you looking, Corey?
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't Valery Kaminsky.
I'm just gonna add on to that, Jake. EA Sports Fight Night. Ray Rice. Ray Rice presents Fight Night.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh God.
Oh, maybe it wasn't Valery Kaminsky. Who am I thinking of?
The Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah. Konstantinov?
Vladimir Konstantinov.
Is he the one that died?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
that sounds better.
It's like a dark turn.
Yeah, if you ever want to know about your hockey deaths, came to the right place.
No, he lives in West Orange, New Jersey with his daughter, Anastasia.
Larry Murphy.
No, it was like Valery, or it was a Russian guy. I guess it doesn't matter. It's kind of morbid to be trying to figure this out at this point.
Yeah.
For
I
a
agree.
cover of something.
No,
I thought of some real inappropriate ones, but I didn't think it was a good idea to share them.
Right.
All fair.
The only
All
one I
fair.
could think of was the year Claude Giroux was on the cover of NHL. I don't remember what year that was, but they had the fan vote, and Pecorine was the second place guy. And I obviously wanted him to
Oh,
be
I
on the
remember
cover.
that.
Yeah, it was like maybe 2 or 3
A couple years ago.
So that was the one. And he wasn't wrong
Was it a
for
picture of him grabbing a cop's ass?
I was just
I
gonna
had
say that.
that crossed my mind just now. I was thinking about
Claude
it.
Giroux's grab ass 2015.
Not just any grab assing, but
Men in blue.
law enforcement grab assing, and it was in Canada, so it'd be Mountie grab assing.
Grab and blue 2015.
Yep,
That's the greatest NHL arrest. I think.
Claude Giroux, Mountie grab assing.
Brett Favre's Photoshop. Jake's pretty good at this game. Oh man.
That's good stuff. All right, Corey, you got a question leak for next week?
Yeah, in honor of my experience on Heroes of the Storm today, I would like people to just share their worst experience online dealing with another individual. And
Okay.
it doesn't have to be video game related if you've got a real good chat room story or something like that.
Yeah, sounds good.
But bonus points if it is video game related.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
I think that's about it, Daniel.
Sounds good. Facebook page is facebook.com/thumbstickathlete. Twitter feed is twitter.com/TSathletes or at capital T, capital S athletes. www.thumbstickathlete.com is our website. Our voicemail number is 607-527-0547. And our email address is thumbstickathlete@gmail.com. We still need voicemail intros, so if you're new to the show or not new to the show, what you can say is, hey, this is so-and-so from wherever. You're listening to Thumbstick Athletes podcast. Miguel in Spain did one for us like maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago.
You just reminded me.
What's that?
The dude that sent the email about Arsenal last week. Can you send us a voiceover of you doing the chant that you made about Eric the Red?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Eric was very appreciative of your
Yes.
Arsenal fandom.
I was. I just because I knew these guys weren't into soccer, I sent that email that you sent us. I sent it to a couple of my buddies that are into soccer and would appreciate the chant and whatnot. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And also, go Gunners.
Go Gunners.
Yeah.
Sounds
FA
good.
Cup final coming up.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they made it to the final.
Who they-
Took the day off.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Aston Villa, who beat Liverpool to
That was
get to the final.
that was an upset, right?
It was an
that I
upset.
heard about. Okay.
Yeah.
How's Nottingham Forest Football Club?
Nottingham,
Nottingham.
not good.
Not good. Because if I was going to pick a favorite English soccer team, that's who it would be
I
probably.
wonder what league they're in.
Just because of Nottingham Forest and Robin Hood.
Huh.
But
Yeah.
I don't even know where I saw that.
There are a lot of cool names like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I don't know.
okay. Yeah. Next week's episode still up in the air. We're not sure what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out at the last minute probably. Because that's usually what we do. Eric came up with the idea. Was it today or yesterday?
Last night,
Last night.
I was playing Rocket League on my Oh yeah, I forgot to even. It's too late now, but I was doing remote play Rocket
nice.
League, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
And yeah, it just popped into my head.
it was a good idea.
All my ideas come spur of the moment. If I
Yeah.
try to think about anything, I'll never think of something
Right.
good.
That was a good one. Yeah, we usually don't do DLC specifically for an episode, but Mario Kart's so good and the
deserved
DLC is so
it.
good, it does deserve its own episode, so that's why we decided to do it.
Is there anything coming out this week? You know what's
No.
coming out for PS4 that I've always wanted to play and I didn't realize was coming out was Tropico 5.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
Tropico
I'll
5.
I don't think I'll get it, but
Yeah.
it piqued my interest for a few seconds.
I have Tropico 3 and 4 on my computer. and
Yeah.
I keep wanting to play them, but again, it's the whole time thing, you know. So yeah, that'll do it for episode 196 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Well,
I'm Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement. Dunsky.
All right, I'm gonna cut the chat. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, because I've
Thanks, all.
got to upload the first segment from the Twitch stream.